Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the first Yankees Avenue watch party for 2026, as it is, of course, opening day. Yankees-Giants on Netflix. We got about 20 minutes, roughly, until first pitch. You notice in the intro, the open, I almost said another Yankees Avenue watch party. Soon, we will be saying that because, these are, as mostly always in the last couple years, every single game. We'll be live, of course, tonight. Yanks are off tomorrow. We'll be back live on Friday, live on Saturday for the series finale. Yanks are off on Sunday. We'll be live on Monday for the series opener in Seattle and probably the next two games after that. I don't really plan on taking any days off this year, Chad. That's a lie. I'm sure something will come up, and if it does, I'll let you guys know in advance. But the plan is watch parties every game, unless I notify you otherwise. Also, I want to make sure everybody is aware on the main channel, because it's been a minute since I've seen you guys here on the main. And if somehow you're not aware, and I say it that way because I do blow up the community post page, I understand. So you're probably well aware by now. But if you are not, I have a new show out, which debuted last month, The Morning Yankee Show. It airs Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern, live. That probably is going to change because I think I'm going live tomorrow morning too. If anything, we're going to do more than 3 episodes a week. The set schedule, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we might be a little bit looser because now we're into the season. But the point is, I want to make sure everybody does know the Morning Yankee Show, brand new channel. Subscribe to that. It's in the description below. And again, we will be live tomorrow morning recapping tonight's game. But anyways, another season begins, 2026. And listen, I know we have a wide variety, I'm sure, of people who will be watching these streams. We may have some younger folks, we may have some older folks. Me, myself, this is number 16, my 16th opening day since becoming a Yankee fan in 2011. And I still remember like it was yesterday, March 31st, 2011, Yankees beat the Tigers 6-3. CeCe was on the bump. Teixeira hit it through on home. Mo got the save. And yeah, the rest is history. And that history is, I thought it would have gone better in my 16 years as a Yankee fan so far. I'm not going to say I've gotten the short end of the stick because, hey, I got my legend in Aaron Judge, and he now goes for his 4th American League MVP. But we've witnessed MVPs. We've witnessed historic seasons. We've witnessed great wins, great postseason wins, fun times as a Yankee fan. But ultimately, we got to win. And boy, oh boy, do I hope this is the year. And that's obviously the case. And, I'm going to say that every single time we come on here to start a season. But more so than ever, especially with the possibility of a lockout next year. I mean, if we want to keep the conversation focused on Aaron Judge, he's turning 34 in April. God forbid there's not baseball next year. He'll be turning 36 in 2028. So that's just one minor reason why this year is so important. But, Joel Sherman came out with an article the other day, and we'll get to the lineup in just a moment. Just give me a minute to yap here. I've missed you guys. Had an article the other day about the teams under the most pressure to win it all this year, and he had the Yankees as the number one team on that list, and I think that's absolutely valid. Between what we just mentioned in Judge getting older, and a lot of guys fall under that umbrella, but this past offseason was something unlike I've ever seen. I mean, this was the most, I don't want to say divided the fan base has ever been, because I think a lot of people were actually in unison. I was more so on the opposite of that end, and by that I mean people are not happy about the Yankees running it back. Despite some early, wanting consequences from another postseason defeat and wanting my, flesh of blood or whatever, I was of that mindset early on too. I wanted things to be different. I wanted to not clean house, but wanted to make changes and show what's been going on, whether it's in this era, just the last 16, 17 years in general, is unacceptable. I'm with that mindset, but I cannot allow it to invade my logic, which is, well, yes, emotionally, I would have liked something different this year, but let's be honest, there is a reason why the Yankees are favored to win the American League East. There's a reason why the Yankees are favored to win the American League as a whole. They have the second best World Series odds behind the Dodgers, and that doesn't give them a get-out-of-jail-free card by any means. On the Morning Yankee Show this morning, we talked about, listen, I like the team right now. I do. The lineup, I think, is very deep, not to mention the possibility of some potential breakouts like Austin Wells. Will he finally break out offensively? Ryan McMahon, we know he made some adjustments at the plate. We'll see what his first full year as a Yankee brings for him. Platoon with Amed Rosario, that should help. But I like the lineup. The starting rotation, like that a lot. Obviously, we know Cole's coming back. We know Rodon's coming back. And I actually think in the meantime, the Yankee rotation, even before Cole and Rodon return, is one of the better staffs in the American League as we currently speak. The bullpen, definitely an area that we will have to improve upon come the deadline. But with all that said, While yes, I may have wanted to switch things up a little bit, I can't pretend that this is a bad team. It's not a bad team. I actually think it's a really, really good team. And not to mention the bench. The bench gets me really excited. I think this is the best Yankee bench that we have had in the Aaron Judge era. Now, remains to be seen exactly how this all works out, but Boone has options this year. And this is nothing new in terms of the deadline last year. And really, we're going to mention the phrase running it back a lot on here because that was the theme of the offseason. Well, we're not running back the team that we had entering 2025. Yeah, sure, to a degree. Not to a degree, very much so. I'm not going to put lipstick on a pig or nothing. We're running back the team that we set up, for the most part, at the trade deadline. And acquiring Amed Rosario was a big part of that, but also Jose Cabellero, and this is what I want to get into now. This is not, well, in many factors it is. It's not the exact same team. And it's not the same old story with these Yankees where you know what it's going to be. You know how the season's going to play out. And maybe you think you do. You assume there's going to be a June swoon. I can't even blame you for feeling that way. On the topic of that, let me just remind everybody, it is indeed baseball. And I thought Evan Roberts brought up a great point on his podcast the other day. And it's 7:53. We got first pitch in about 10 minutes. So I'm going to hurry this up. But he was talking about how the Yankees in the early 2000s, when they were like what the Dodgers are now, and when they were the juggernaut, it was always assumed by every fan base, when they get A-Rod or whatever it may be, oh, the Yankees are automatically going to win. Of course, that didn't always happen. More often than not, in the 2000s, it did not happen. So at some point, the Dodgers aren't, they're not going to win every single year. It is indeed baseball. And that applies to the Yankees and the Blue Jays, too. I mean, a lot of people are talking as if everything's going to go exactly the way it went last year. And under that logic, we just got to assume Max Fried is going to lay an egg in Game 2 of the American League Division Series against Toronto this coming year. Obviously, that is silly to say because we have no idea what's going to happen. And that applies to the flip as well. I'm very optimistic, and I'm not going to shy away from that this year at all. I'm an optimistic fan. For those that have been around, you know that. But also, while I don't know what's going to happen, and I'm making that point, I lean optimistic with that thought. Same logic applies on the pessimistic end of things. I think Ben Rice is going to hit 40 homers this year. Do I really know? No, I don't. Trent Grisham, I'm an advocate of that signing. I'm glad that they didn't bank on Jason Dominguez being big league ready this year defensively and against lefty pitching. I don't know, though, despite the batted ball metrics from last year saying that Grisham was not a fluke offensively. Obviously, I don't know. And that's the beauty of this all. We begin the season today. We begin the entire journey today. And listen, if you truly knew what the outcome was going to be this year, you probably wouldn't be watching tonight. And I say that because there are going to be people who say the Yankees aren't going nowhere. And, when they go down 1-0 tonight or something like that, or, God forbid, lose tonight's game, which I don't think they will. But, you know what I'm saying? Or a game in May, they're down 4-0 early, and it's like, this team ain't going nowhere. It's like, bro, you have no idea. And you have no idea, or else if that were the case, if you knew it was a certainty that the Yankees aren't going to win the World Series and they have no chance, you wouldn't even be turning this shit on, bro. Maybe opening day you would, but then after that, and I say that in a complimentary sense because it's like these people try to come off as fake fans, try to come off as unloyal, but in the end, you'll always be there. You're watching every game, just like me, and the reason you do that is because you have hope. You're a fan of the New York Yankees, and I don't shy away from acting like that. I am a fan. I make jokes that I'm a shill. Maybe I am. I don't know. I want this team to do well. I root for this team, and that's kind of very much how I'm handling this season. I'm not going to shy away from how optimistic I am, but at the very least, what I ask for you in the chat, not to agree with everything I say, not by any means, that'd be pretty boring, but understand, we're all fans. Some of us handle things differently. No matter what, though, we all want the same thing, which is this team to win. And we're all rooting for this team. And that starts tonight. Anyways, let's go through the Yankees lineup for tonight. Of course, Max Fried is on the bump, year 2, his second season of an 8-year deal. $218 million it was, which is the highest of any left-handed contract, left-handed pitcher in free agent history, or history in general. Anyways, geez, that was a mouthful. Let's go through the lineup because there's a little bit of a slight switcheroo that I was not expecting. And the lineup we got is Grisham, Judge, Bellinger, Rice, Stanton, Jazz, Caballero in the 7-hole, McMahon, and Wells. Now, what I thought the lineup would be Caballero in the 8 slot, Wells 7, McMahon 9, or maybe Wells or McMahon 7, Wells 9, which in this case, Wells is batting 9, but Caballero batting 7, that surprises me a little bit. And by the way, if you don't know, we're going up against Logan Webb of the Giants, right-hander, of course, really good. That surprised me that they're going with McMahon and Wells back-to-back in the 8 and 9 slot, which in that case, you're going to have 3 straight lefties. But we always got to keep in mind, and this is a theme for this entire season, the starting lineup, take it with a grain of salt to a degree. In this case, for example, there's a very good chance that this is a close game and a lefty comes in, whoever that may be for the Giants. Well, Amed Rosario not could pinch hit for McMahon. He will pinch hit for McMahon. I really do think that we should look at third base as almost kind of like McMahon and Rosario as one guy. The production we get at third base is going to be a combination between those two. And that's another reason for optimism when it comes to McMahon's production this year and a possible improvement. Majority of his career, he's been an everyday guy, righty and lefty. Well, in this case, he's mostly going to be facing right-handed pitching, and for his career, he's right around just a tick below a league average hitter. So from that standpoint alone, the fact that he's mostly going to be facing righties, we should see an improvement there. Anyways, I don't want to do an entire freaking Yaparoo preview session here, but yeah, that is interesting, though, that they did Caballero 7th, and then you have McMahon and Wells rounding it out at the bottom. But overall thoughts on this lineup, man. I mean, and the bench is a big part of it. I'm going to keep talking about the bench, but between the depth, the fact of Ben Rice, his further ascension, now we have his second full year coming up here in 2026. Not just myself, but many people are very high on him, and rightfully so. Jazz Chisholm Jr., walk year. What's he going to look like? I mean, he had that quote a couple weeks back of shooting for 50-50. I mean, that's cute. I don't think that's going to happen, but it is a walk year for him. He is coming off a 30-30 season, and listen, Jazz is a really good player. There's times he frustrates me very much, with like some silly mental mistakes, but like the talent is obviously there. I say that tongue-in-cheek because it's such a cliche quote, but it really is true with Jazz, obviously. And he did have a really, really solid season last year. There's some things I want him to improve on. He doesn't look great against lefties, although he was above league average last year. And, I'm not always the guy to mention incorporating a two-strike approach. And I talked this on the Morning Yankee Show. Like, I think there's a good middle ground between the way, like, a Yankee Facebook boomer, quote-unquote, and, some Fangraphs nerd. I think there's a middle ground between those two. Unfortunately, it's me. I see it straight down the middle. Kidding. We're all biased. But in the case of Jazz, like, I would like to see a two-strike approach applied. And one thing I mentioned in the Morning Yankee Show this morning was, the Austin Wells trajectory so far has been quite interesting because, remember, he was always considered to be an offensive first prospect, and it was a matter of, will the defense be good enough? Well, that is, of course, totally flipped. He's a great defender, and that's why he had a 3 WAR last year. And you look at projections, Wells is projected to be around a top 10 catcher because the defense is so good. And he is projected actually to be an above league average hitter this year, which would be the first time ever. But the point I'm getting at is we really need some sort of a breakout from the bottom third, whether it is an improved Ryan McMahon, with Rosario also platooning, of course. Austin Wells, will he finally break out now in what is year 3 in the big leagues with the Yankees, at least third full year? Jose Caballero, I want to wrap up this little preview session with this. This is one of the main reasons why, this is not just some same old season with the Yankees where, in the case of shortstop, it's Volpe's got no competition. Well, that's not the case at all. There is competition at shortstop this year. Remember, Brian Cashman in December said, may the best man play or win and keep the job, in reference to shortstop and about Volpe. We know he's out until probably the end of April. I mean, his rehab is progressing well, and he's saying he feels great, best he's ever felt. Listen, with Volpe, we've seen him be bad with a bum shoulder. We've seen him be bad without a bum shoulder. So how can you really determine, what he's going to become come his return? But anyways, Jose Caballero, I mean, he's right there. He's right there. If he plays the way he did last year, which in a 40-game sample size, about 100 at-bats, he had a 372 OBP, a 134 WRC plus, so he was 34% better than a league average hitter. Let's just say in that roughly the same sample size before Volpe comes back, and about 100 plate appearances, he puts up similar production to that. And I just realized I put just S next to his first position. Obviously, I mean shortstop, 2 S's. But if he does what he did last year, by the time Volpe comes back, well, I do think they'll give Volpe a little bit of run to, reclaim the spot. It's not a given that shortstop is his anymore, talking about Volpe, because he has Caballero breathing down his neck. So that's just, even going into tonight, like this one game, I'm going to be watching Caballero with a very, very close eye, in an exciting way, because this is not the same old situation at short. Volpe finally has competition. And even comparing to last year, getting past shortstop now, just talking about random thoughts that I have, like with McMahon, we can compare this team right now to the one that lost against Toronto, which I don't care what improvements we made this year. Not to keep picking on the guy, like, he's great, but like Max Fried, like, and Carlos Rodon, but in fairness to him, his elbow he literally couldn't straighten out his elbow. That's how bad the bone spurs were. Anyways, no matter how much of an improvement we made this year in the winter, if whoever's pitching game 2 the ALDS and then game 3 the ALDS, our starters lay eggs back to back, it doesn't matter what we did offensively. So, it's tough for me to really compare this year to Toronto and all of a sudden act like I hate this team because of a 4-game sample size against Toronto. Like, I just can't do that. What I do want to compare it to, though, is this time last year when we were opening up against Milwaukee. I mean, Who was playing third base? Was it Waldo? Who was our third baseman last year on opening day? I don't even remember. It slips my mind. But who was our third baseman on opening day last year? Anyways, we got to get going here because the game's about to get going. But defensively, McMahon, nobody can knock what he provides at third base. I always say this, but best third baseman I've ever seen, even better than 2011 Alex Rodriguez, which the 11-year-old Dan Rourke eye test backs it up, and the metrics do as well. But anyways, I'm talking about A-Rod. Like, look at his outs above average in 2011. It was pretty freaking good. I think we have previewed a little bit too long here because the game is about to start. So I'm going to, for those that are new around here, right before first pitch, I step away really quick to get everything set up on the back end for Yankees Avenue on socials, which if you don't follow Yankees Avenue on socials, please do. My socials, I mean Instagram and Facebook, because all the game highlights will go there. So let's just say Judge goes deep in the first. Right away, I will post it, the highlight, on Instagram, Facebook, and all that. So I'm going to get my screen recordings going. Game highlights, we're going to be doing those. This is a weird situation because the game obviously is on Netflix. But yeah, so I'm going to step away just for a second, get all that set up. I'll be right back. We'll have some nice, Danny Elfman Spider-Man music playing in the background to get us hyped up. But anyways, before I step aside, just want to say thank you guys so much for being here. This is year 3 of these watch parties. Follow Yanks Ave on all platforms. The Morning Yankees Show, though, cannot emphasize enough. Check that out because we are really running with that at least 3 days a week, and we'll be live tomorrow morning as well, recapping tonight's game. Also, Baseball Today, for those who are Baseball Today fans, Chris Rose and Trevor Plouffe, obviously I'm a producer on that show. We're also recording a show tonight. That'll be out tonight, right after we record it. So, little update, programming updates there. But, yeah, also, we have the Giants lineup. Let me go through this really quick. Luis Ariz, Matt Chapman, Rafael Devers, Willie Adames, Jung-Hoo Lee, Helio Ramos, Casey Schmidt, Patrick Bailey, Harrison Bader rounds it out. That's the Giants 1 through 9. And as we mentioned before, obviously Logan Webb, their ace, will be taking the ball for San Francisco. And he is one of the best. And not to be cliche, but he's very much still underrated. I mean, Logan Webb is good, but like even me typing in his stats today, I was like, God damn, 224 strikeouts, 34 starts made last year. I mean, 34 starts, you don't even really see that much these days. Even 33, it feels like, is rare. A full season very much is never 34 starts these days, and Webb did that last year. Anyways, he's really good. We'll see him in just a moment. I'm going to step away really quick, and yeah, click like on the stream, drop some predictions in the chat. I will be engaging with the chat throughout the night, but yeah, be right back, and then it's time for opening day on Netflix, which so far so good on Netflix, I think. At least I can see the game. That's my main ask. I just need to be able to see the game. It is bullshit. My dad's pissed. A lot of people are pissed. Opening day should be on Yes. Opening day should be on linear television, cable. It's not. This is circumstances. Just got to deal with it. They're doing the walkouts, national anthem, all that. Be right back. right, word up. We are all set and ready to go. Let me get the volume turned up on here on Netflix. So, this is our new layout for the watch parties this year. Pretty similar to what we've always rolled out with. We got the box score going on here. We got the actual box score. We got the offense. We got the pitching. Sometimes it might get a little weirdly cropped. If it does, let me know in the chat. I will be seeing what you guys are saying. So if for some reason it gets cut off, just let me know and I will adjust it. But again, here is the plan for this year. The last couple seasons we've done 2024 we did 130 plus games streamed. Last year I think we did right around a similar number. Obviously May of last year was kind of weird for me, but whatever. This year the plan is every single game pretty much. I know there will be times where something comes up or I got to run back down to the Jersey Shore to my my childhood home. But for the most part, if there's a Yankee game, we will be live here on these watch parties with this exact same setup with the box scores, everything all ready to go. Now, I also got to mention, I know there's going to be a lot of people on here that possibly don't have a Netflix subscription. It is awesome to have you guys. I have to let you know, I am not showing the game on here. You'll hear, the commentators in the background, and the way I watch games, I kind of just do like a play-by-play in a way, but I'm not doing it officially. That's how I watch games. I can't show the game or else I'd be thrown in the slammer. If I were to show the game, especially a Netflix broadcast, this would probably be the last time you guys ever see me, to be honest. So with that in mind, keep that in mind. I can't show the game. I know there's going to be some people in the chat. There always is. For the first national broadcast of these watch parties, there's always people in the chat saying, "You're going to show the fucking game, bro?" Also, I'm trying to really reduce my F-bomb usage, which I have. You guys haven't seen me in a minute. I'm maturing. I'm turning 26 in May. I almost forgot my birthday for a second. Anyways, nobody gives a crap. Can't show the game. This is our layout. And a reminder, use code YANKSAV10 for 10% off. It's a new code, YANKSAV10, 10% off your purchase at SeatGeek. And also, as you know, the Morning Yankees show will be live tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Nobody else does that, man. There's not another morning vehicle for your Yankees news. The only one there is the Morning Yankee show, unless you want to turn on WFAN, which I know the one remaining show that's still pretty decent is Boomer and Gio. Never been a huge fan of Boomer and Gio. And now my guy Gio is going at... No, he's not my guy. Gio is going at my guy BT. And I don't mess with that. I like BT. So I already didn't listen to that morning show. I sure as hell am not going to now. WFAN, I grew up on WFAN. Dude, going to high school, I would listen to Boomer and Carton because it was on and they were fine. Then I would do Evan and... Joe and Evan from 10 to 2. Or 10 to 1, 10 to 3, whatever it was. Then Mike Francesa would carry me right into Yankee baseball. That was every single day. WFAN used to be a staple. And it's a shame what has happened. I am listening to a little bit of ESPN radio lately. The Don Hanem Rosenberg show on ESPN has been growing on me. Michael K is Michael K. He's awesome. And we'll see him on Saturday. That is our only Yes broadcast this weekend is... Friday. Game 2, we're on Yes. So tonight, of course, is Netflix. Tomorrow is an off day for the rain date. Friday on Yes. And then Saturday is on Fox. Which is not ideal. Especially today. I don't hate having the... Actually, I like having the individual game opening night for the Yankees. It does feel special and it's cool. This way I get to watch this game, do this watch party, and then tomorrow I can kind of just as a casual viewer watch the full slate of games. And I'm cool with all that. What does stink is not having it on Yes. And that was the case last year, too. Remember, we were on we opened the season on ESPN, and Joe Buck was calling the game, which I actually think we kind of are missing Joe Buck these days. The national broadcast for baseball is really missing a big game voice. Now, fortunately, tonight, we have Matt Vasgersian. And Matt Vasgersian is awesome. And he's kind of gone MIA, I feel like. He was doing the Angels play-by-play job for a while. I don't think he's doing that anymore. Thank goodness he's going tonight, because I do not think there's a good, strong variety anymore like there used to be growing up of big-time national broadcasters. I mean, Joe Morgan, John Miller on the old Sunday Night Baseball, that was box office. Joe Buck, well, I definitely fell into the basket of hating on him for a while. I always thought he was a Yankee hitter. Maybe he is. But you got to admit, you hear Joe Buck's voice, it feels like a big game. Now, I'm not going to turn this into a Joe Davis and John Smoltz hate fest because I get to do that on Saturday. But it's a shame because I actually used to look forward to national broadcasts. And this is nothing against Netflix right now. We got Vasgersian so far. My feed is working all right. We got this nice gentleman singing the national anthem, God Bless America, absolutely. But like I used to kind of look forward to a national broadcast. You know, the Yankees and Red Sox, it would always be, if it were like a 4-game series, you'd have Yes, My 9, and then Fox on Saturday, Sunday Night Baseball on Sunday on ESPN, of course. But it wasn't like a bad thing because you had Joe Buck and Tim McCarver. And then Sunday you had either, Joe Morgan or John Miller on ESPN, or Dan Shulman was great on ESPN too with John Kruk. It's few and far between these days where you get a national voice that you can actually tolerate. But the reason I bring this all up is because we got Vasgersian tonight, and he is actually one of the rare cases where I don't mind him whatsoever. I actually like him quite a bit. We'll also have, is it CeCe's in the booth and Hunter Pence? I believe that's what our booth is. I know Vasgersian's doing play-by-play, and I think first pitch is coming up after this commercial break. By the way, I had canceled Netflix because there's been not enough good crime documentaries on there, so I've been, kind of protesting. Obviously, I resubscribed, but I purchased the ad plan, which is only $7.99 a month. The premium plan, the high roller plan, is like $18.99. Now, I fully plan on canceling Netflix after this is up. Now, maybe if I see, a couple featured programs that I like, I'll hang on to it, although that has not been the case the last few days. And Netflix used to come out with some really good crime shows. And I've been off it for the last, 3 months, and I thought I'd return to, a plethora of really good options that I would enjoy. Not the case. Anyways, though, I would assume, I got ads right now. I assume the ad-supported plan for a live baseball broadcast means you're just getting ads in between innings. Because, chat, I swear, I'm not a hothead these days. I'm in a pretty good mood. It's freaking opening day. I'm hardcore chilling. I will be, you might get some vintage, 2021 Dan Allen Rourke if it's a mid-judge at bat, and then we'll be right back after the break. That won't happen, though. Although I have a minute and 37 seconds remaining on my ad slot right now. I'm on ad 3 of 6. Dude, if I see my box score change, it shows I'm in the middle of a Hank's Pizza ad, and I see 0-2 count on Grisham or something like that, bro. Remember the World Series, for those that are OGs? It was it the World? No, it wasn't the World Series. It was 2024. There was an Austin Wells home run. This was actually MLB TV's fault. There was an Austin Wells home run that MLB TV cut back from break, mid his follow-through on the swing. And on the topic of that, here's what I want to really just set as my expectations for Netflix. It's very simple. Let me watch the game. And this goes back to the Fox broadcast a couple weeks ago for the WBC. Remember, I don't really need to talk about the judge at bat. It wasn't a great one. We're way past that now. WBC is old news. Nobody cares. But, Judge struck out, remember, in the second inning. It was second and third, whatever it was. Again, nobody cares. But they returned from replay mid follow-through. And it's if I was a Team DR fan, I would be pissed. So I just hope none of that happens here today. Just let me watch the game. Have your stupid little special guests, which I cannot stand that. Although, a lot of the guys that have been advertised, like that Brett dude, who is kind of funny. I see him on Instagram Reels sometimes. He's funny. Jameis Winston, I like, but it's what are you doing having him as a special broadcast on a baseball game? And there was these two wrestlers, nobody cares. I've already seen Jameis Winston. I've already seen that Brett guy, so maybe it was more of a pregame special guest type vibe. I hate mid-game interviews. Can't stand it. I hope there's no mic'd up BS tonight. I hope there's no interviewing Aaron Boone during the second inning. That crap. With that said, I'm sure there will be. Ultimately, I can get past that. I'm used to it, unfortunately. Just let me see the game. I need my feed to be good. My internet is all paid and ready to go. No weird-ass replays cutting in late to the actual game. Just Netflix, please. My message to you is let me watch the game. And with that said, the game is about to begin. Let me crank this up a little bit, yo. Hey, Lauren Shahada. I go to the same gym as her. I've told this story before. It's not really a story, but every time I tell Chris Rose that, which was once, he's go up to her and say hello. And I'm Rose, I am not going up to Lauren Shahadi and saying, hi, Lauren, I'm a big fan. That would be weird. If it wasn't at the gym, maybe I would. Actually, no, I probably wouldn't. I'd be hi, Lauren. Not in a weird way, just, I'm not going up to a girl at the freaking gym, especially Lauren Shahadi. She's oh, tell her you work with Chris Rose. I'm Rose, I'm not speaking to her. She seems very nice. Anyways, she is doing the sideline reporting right here. And, throughout the night, I'll probably mention when Netflix is doing well. And so far, so good. I actually thought the pregame show was decent. I don't know if you guys watched any of that. By the way, speaking of pregame shows, we talked about this in the Morning Yanks show this morning, but Yes is adding an extra hour and a half of pre- and post-game content. They're doing a show called The Rewind. They're doing a couple other shows, but one of the best things they're doing now with Yes is the full Aaron Boone press conference every day will be broadcast. And not just clips, not just segments, the full. When Boone speaks, it is going to be on one of their pregame shows. So you got the pregame show on Yes, you got the batting practice show on Yes. There's now going to be a slot before that is also about that game, and you'll get the Boone presser and all that. That came out last night, and that was actually really exciting news to hear. But yeah, we'll comment on the Netflix broadcast, make sure I get my thoughts on how they're doing. But the main thing, like I said, is just let me watch the game. But in the chat, let's get some conversation started off. I'm sure, we already got some good stuff going. But heck, it's opening day. Let's think about season-long predictions here. Are we thinking AL East? Are we thinking they're going to get bounced by Toronto again, man? Because what's going to be different? Shit's always different, bruh. 2018, the Red Sox steamrolled us. With that same logic, would they do it again in 2019? No, we had no idea what was going to happen. We ended up winning the AL East that year. In the end, nobody cares if you don't win the World Series in the end. Same for 2024. I always say this. It's like the pain I felt getting bounced in the DS last year is the exact same I felt getting bounced by the Dodgers in 24 in the World Series or missing the playoffs in 2023. In the end, if you don't win it all, nobody cares. But to act like it's a foregone conclusion that we're not going to win it all or we have no chance, that's just kind of playing with your emotions. And I'm really going to make sure I'll watch back some streams from last year, and I think I can be quite hypocritical at times because I'll get on people for how they feel, but ultimately, they're just preaching the same way I do about my feelings. So while I acknowledge, and kind of calling out and pointing, you don't know what's going to happen, I want to make sure I get this clear too. I don't know what's going to happen. I think the Yankees are going to win. The line is 9.5 wins this year. I think the Yankees are going to win more than 9.5 games. I think they're going to win the American League East. I think they're going to go to the World Series, and then we'll see what happens. But I don't know. And if I did know, honestly, I guess that'd be dope if I knew for sure the Yankees are going to win the World Series. But, I don't know if it'd be fun watching this game. If I knew. Fortunately, it's not possible because none of us have crystal balls. You don't know they're not going to win. I don't know they are going to win. So why don't we watch and find out, yo? Which, speaking of, what is all this crap going on here? Wait, it's 8:20, bruh. Yeah, my dad just texted me saying, I wanted to watch the Yankees play baseball. This effing Zeus show they got going on, he's a goddamn embarrassment. Facts. I didn't even realize it was 8:20 already and still no baseball. All right, in the meantime, because we still got a little bit of time here, what is going on here? So more, my dad is tweaking right now. He must not, Dan Mark Sr. must not know that we're on a no cursing vibe this year. At least the F word. I don't want to really say the F word. I got to stop saying GD, which I know offends people, but I don't mean any offense by it. I have a holy Bible on my desk. So if I accidentally slip on that, I apologize. But the main thing is F-bombs I'm really going to try to reduce. I'm a man now, chat. Believe it or not, I grow facial hair at a decent rate these days. I did shave last night because it's Yankees opening day. Not that it matters anymore. But, oh, dude, I can't wait. Now, I know tonight we're the only game on, but I'm just thinking right here, it's like, man, the best is when you're doing a watch part, and this is every day, it's baseball. But, you're watching the game, and you're already invested. This is all I need is the Yankees. But then you also have all the other games going on, too. And I was just thinking about Devin Williams. What if we were just watching a game, Yankees are up 7-0, and, Devin Williams imploded. Nothing personal against him. Actually, I'm not a huge fan. No, I'm not a huge fan. But it's okay. What was I about to do? Oh, apparently we got some super chats. So let me go through those really quick before game time. And chat, we will be going through what you guys are saying throughout the game. We'll be chopping it up. Don't you worry if you were concerned about that at all. But in the beginning, I really just want to, kind of get my feet wet, back in the swing of things here with these watch parties. But after the first inning or so, we'll definitely get to a lot of the chat. But let me see here. Some super chats. Oh, damn. You guys are freaking awesome. Okay, so let me go through these here. So, shout out my guy, Iran. Welcome back, Iran. Good to see you, brother. He sends in a $10 super chat saying, finally, good to be back, chat. Good to see you on the avenue again. Warehouse God, Dar. Fire me up, Iran. And that's something, if I could ask you guys for a favor, let's carry over the Dar nickname into Yanks Ave. I love Dar. For those who don't know, Dan Allen works my name, and in the warehouse, people have been referring to me as Dar. Jimmy, John Boy Jimmy says he created it. I think it was Norp. But I like the name Dar, so by all means, call me that. But Iran, I appreciate you so much, bro. Thank you so much. David Phillips, welcome back, bro. Good to see you again, man. Says, yo, bro, great to see you in chat again. Let's effing go. Hell yeah, that was a $20 super chat. Thank you so much, David. I appreciate you. Yo, my guy, Leave. Good to see you again, brother. He sends in a $10 super chat saying, what's up, Dar? Happy opening day, dude. Happy opening day to you too, Leave. Hope you're doing well. Finally met Jimmy Norp at the WBC. Get the hell out of here. Yeah. He's not always cracked up to be, let me tell you. Just kidding. Jimmy Norp, I would take a bullet for that man. I really would. He does piss me off a lot. He's an all right blitzball player. And yes, he can strike me out, but dude, I can strike him out right now. He knows it. Norp knows it too. He knows it. You know, there's a video coming out on Warehouse Games like a couple weeks. It's a challenge. You'll see it. Logan Webb is coming out right now, so let me keep going through these. But thank you so much, Leave. Good to see you again, man. And hey, safe travels, because Leave's actually a pilot, chat, if you didn't know. Christian S. with the super chat says, what's good, Dan? Miss you, brother. Miss you too, bro. Good to see you again, man. Christian's an OG. He goes way back. Joe Knott's an OG. He sends in a $10 super chat. Thanks for the stream, Dan. Happy opening day, chat. Appreciate you so much, dude. Joey with a $50 super chat. By the way, Logan Webb just got onto the bump, and he's going to begin his warm-up, so we'll get going here in just a moment. But, dude, I got to shout all you guys out. First of all, everybody in the chat, thank you so much for being here. It is awesome to be back. And, again, every single day we'll be on here. The Morning Yanks show, we talked about that. That's now going to be a mainstay. But, yo, thank you guys so much. And Joey sends in a $50 freaking super chat. Insane. Says, this is my guy Joey Rodriguez, actually. Hey, it usually says Rodriguez at the end, but this is my guy Joey. Joey, talk about an OG. Joey goes way back. And honestly, Joey, I should have known it was you, because Joey is always sending in the most insane amount of money, which, Joey, you know, and this goes for everybody, you don't ever have to send me any money. Please, like, not ever necessary. But obviously, thank you so much. And Joey, you're insane. A $50 super chat. I already owed you one, bro, but, like, we already talked about it. You know, like, if I'm ever in Nashville, which you know my siblings live there, me, you, and Morg will, beers on me, obviously. But, Joey, you're my guy. You know that. And, yo, Luke Groundwalker, speaking of my guy, welcome back, brother. Good to see you again. Says, you're not going to show the effing game, bro. Yeah, Luke, you know, listen, man. If I had a good deal with MLB going, I'd be all about it. Popo J. Rudd is Joey from Nashville, new name. Okay, so that's what it was. Word up, Morg. But yeah, Luke, good to see you again, man. And again, Joey is obviously, or Luke's just pulling my leg. But reminder, I can't show the game. So for those that are coming on here that don't have Netflix, I understand the issue. 100%. I don't blame you for not subscribing for Netflix. I'm literally canceling my shit after this game. I can't show the game, though. So we do, like, play-by-play, quote-unquote, but we watch the game, hang out, and watch Yankee baseball. And also, JS with the super chat saying, everyone's thoughts on Dominguez to AAA. We'll talk about that, Jay. We will talk about that. But anyways, let me take a deep breath here, lock in, because we got Trent Grisham stepping into the box.
Presented by Adobe. Grisham, Judge, and Bellinger off the top. Rice, Stanton, and Chisholm 4 through 6.
First pitch of the 2026 season. In there for a called strike. Hold on, let me just... I don't want to be...
Is underway with strike one to Trent Grisham.
My other screen's ahead, but we're chilling.
Grisham coming off a big year.
All right, cool. Okay. Swing and a miss. We got an 0-2 count on Grisham. Let's settle in here. So, the Netflix score bug, for those that are watching along, I actually kind of like it. I kind of like it. By the way, Morg, if you could let me know how the audio is on everything. Hopefully the game background audio isn't too bad. But anyways, we got an 0-2 count. Game just underway. Trent Grisham at the dish wearing high socks. Of course, return on a qualifying offer, $22.05 million. Very controversial, but listen, the batted ball metrics suggest that what he did last year was not a fluke. And at the very least, if he's bad, he's not guaranteed to keep his starting spot. Fouled away, 1-2. And that's the thing with Jason. I have no issue with him being sent down to AAA because there's so many avenues where Jason will get playing time this year. He had around 400 plate appearances last year in the big leagues. I think there's a good chance he gets to that level again, if not exceeds it. Because reminder, whether it's if Trent Grisham does struggle and Jason's ready, they will go with him. Fouled away again. Good AB, Grish. And I want to start talking about Grisham a little more. But also, the second Stanton gets hurt, which if it doesn't happen, that's awesome. That's a W. But when he does, if and when he does, immediately Jason Dominguez will take over as a DH against right-handed pitching. And Paul Goldschmidt will DH against lefties. Anyways, we'll talk more about Jason throughout the night because I know you asked about him, Jay. But I have no issue with the way the Yankees have handled him. And reminder, he's still only 23 years old. We got a 1-2 count on Trent Grisham. And that's one thing about Grisham you got to always give him, even if you knock him, is he works good ABs. The 1-2, swing and a miss. Grisham, first at bat of 2026, he goes down swinging. Okay, it's official. The Yankees effed up. Should not have given him the qualifying offer. No, it's fine. All right, one away, and here is Aaron Judge.
Giant fans showed their appreciation for Aaron Judge staying in New York as opposed to coming here. I doubt they'll ever let that go. So we get
First pitch to Judge. Up and in. Whoa, blue. ABS, Cap. What are we doing? All right. For those that aren't watching the game along, that was not a close pitch. It was 2 inches up, 2 inches inside. Judge, I guess, chose not to go ABS, which is very curious. But anyways, it is now a 1-1 count on Judge.
Webb gets the most strike calls last
Let me turn this up a little bit. Audio's great. Can turn up the announcers a smidge. Word up. Cool. That's what I wanted to do. Thanks, Morg. And yo, by the way, 2-1 on Judge. Inside changeup. 2 balls and a strike. Shout out my guy Morg, who he's a crazy OG. He's one of the mods in this chat. I believe, Morg, I set you up on as a, oh wait, no, this is the same channel, so of course you are. Luna might be here. Intern Tim, shout out Intern Tim. He's back in action. So shout out our mods, yo. All right, we got a 3-1 count on Judge. Sinker up and away. So we got 1 dead after the Grisham strikeout. 3-1 count on Judge. On deck is Bellinger. I kind of like this Netflix scoreboard. The 3-1. High fly ball foul out of play. 3-2 on Judge. And yeah, so far so good on the feed. No delays, no issues. Scoreboard is wonky. Oh yeah. Let me refresh that. Sorry about that. Thank you, Morgan. Yeah, sometimes I'll have to refresh the box score, but I'll keep my eye on it. I know it's weird right now. But we got a 3-2 count, 1 out on Judge. I'm going to watch this pitch, and then I will fix the score bug. Game just underway, no score, top of the first, 1 out. The 3-2 to Judge. Fly ball fouled away again. Webb now at 12 pitches.
Really beautiful at bat. I know the expectations first at bat. This is what you want to see early in the game against Webb.
6-pitch at bat to Trent Grisham. 6 pitches to Aaron Judge.
Another 3-2 coming to Judge. Come on, Cap. Inside, no! All good, Cap, all good. Judge down swinging. That's 2 strikeouts for Webb. Grisham swings and misses. Judge swings and misses. By that I mean swinging strike 3. Back-to-back Ks to begin this game. Season is over. You guys were all right. I was wrong. I shouldn't be a shill. I should have known. I should have known we weren't going nowhere. I'm obviously being facetious. 2 away. I'm going to continue to adjust the box score after this first pitch to Bellinger, which is up and away. 1-0 on Bellinger, who, of course, is now back on a 5-year, 100 and... Shit, what was the final number? Was it 161 million? Opt out after year 2 and 3. But he is back. We all wanted him back. Good to have him back. Year 1 of that 5-year deal is underway. 2-0 on Bellinger. 2 outs.
A very important guy for the Yankees to re-sign, according to many.
Called strike, sinker, 2-1.
Great year last year in his first go-around with the Yankees.
I just think he's going to age well in that park. You know, the short porch right field, and like you said, him being able to play all over the ballpark.
Fly ball to left, not deep. Drifting over to the line. Coming over is Ramos, and that'll do it. So a 1-2-3 first inning to kick off the season for the Yankees. That is fine. Not ideal, but I'm not going to make a thing out of it. Yankees go down in order 1-2-3, and that'll bring up the San Francisco Giants and Max Fried, who enters year 2 of his 8-year deal. And, let's switch it over to the Giants lineup because we haven't gone over that too much. But, yeah, Luis Ariz, Matt Chapman, Rafael Devers, Willie Adames, Jung-Hoo Lee, Helio Ramos, who just made the catch and left. Bottom third, Casey Schmidt, Patrick Bailey, Harrison Bader. And, yeah, of course, they'll be going up against Max Fried, who was really good last year for the Yanks. 32 starts, 19-5 record, 2.86 ERA, 189 strikeouts. Now, what's going to be interesting tonight is... Well, we got to see how deep Fried's going to go. But talked about this on the morning show this morning. You look at the Yankees bullpen, which... It's no doubt the one area that I'm very hesitant about how I feel. Not even hesitant. Like, I feel shaky about it. I don't feel great. Lineup, I feel good about. Rotation, obviously, especially long-term, I feel great about. The bullpen, though, there's a lot of guys that are question marks that their role, you kind of need them to not be question marks. The Yankees with Paul Blackburn, I mean, they think he's the next Luke Weaver. If he is, okay, that's awesome. Ryan Yarbrough, at times, looked pretty damn good last year, especially as a starter. They brought him back on a 1-year deal. What's he exactly going to be? Because to be honest, every time you see him pitch, he gets rocked, whether it's spring training or in the WBC. Not to put too much stock into those numbers. But I could see him being good. I could see Blackburn, like the Yankees have success with turning guys that are off the scrap heap into viable relievers. They're actually really good at that. We've seen that countless times, but we don't know. It's not a guarantee. what is Jake Bird going to be? He's got great stuff. Only lasted a week with the Yankees last year after being acquired from Colorado. Cadewan Quest, 2011 first, the Yankees' first Rule 5 draft pick since 2011. He makes the team. Got nasty stuff, but he's a question mark. Brett Hedrick I actually feel quite good about. But anyways, what I want to get at here is, Fried very well could go 6 innings tonight. And then if that's the case, it's pretty simple. You go Cruz for the 7th, Duvall for the 8th, Bednar for the 9th. Maybe mix in a little Tim Hill depending on what the lefty-righty matchups are, whatever. But say Fried, just for argument's sake, goes 5. I mean, who is our 6-inning pitcher by default right now? We don't know. I'm sure Boone has an idea. And that's something that'll quickly take shape. Like if Jake Bird takes over in the 6th, let's say, and throws a scoreless 6, like I feel like from the get-go, he becomes a 6-inning guy. But anyways, let's do it. Bottom of the first. Max Fried's first pitch of 2026 is a little bit low. 1-0 to Luis Arias, who of course, Arias signed a 1-year deal with the Giants this past winter. Let me fix up the box score here. But if you're just joining, Yankees went down 1-2-3 in the top of the first. Grisham struck out, Judge struck out, and Bellinger flew out to left. So no score, bottom of the first. Second pitch to Arias is up and in, 2-0 is the count. So yeah, we got CeCe in the booth.
Really just the athleticism he has, the gold gloves speak for themselves.
Which that's cool because it's CeCe, but you never know how good a guy, no matter how good their career was, how successful they're going to be in the booth. 3-0 on Arias. Low and away slider from Fried. Get the Giants lineup up. Oh, first L of Netflix. Live ump cam. Not a fan. Oh, Fried, 4-pitch walk. Not ideal, my friend, but we'll manage. Okay, so leadoff runner is on. That's Luis Arias, of course. He is not very fleet of foot, so not so much a threat to steal a base, but obviously that's not ideal. Not the end of the world, not going to panic, but 4-pitch walk to begin Max Fried's season. Runner on first, nobody out. Box score should be good. And that'll bring up Matt Chapman. That's called a strike. And that pitch is high. If I didn't know better, I would almost think they decided to call off ABS for this game because Judge had a pitch that was very up and in, clearly a ball, and he didn't tap the helmet. Matt Chapman, that pitch looked up as well. He didn't tap the helmet, so we got an 0-1 count. Free to Chapman, the pitch. Fouled away, 0-2.
And the fact that you could, any one of those 3 guys could start for your opening day. Just talking about the depth of the Yankees staff has.
Boone said some amazing things about Fried. 19-5 and great numbers in a big contract.
Rise off first, nobody out, no score. Bottom of the first, the 0-2 to Matt Chapman. Upstairs, 1-2.
That loves the game of baseball. I think that just being around someone who loves to be there, loves to pitch, and is very smart, it just kind of seeps into everyone else. What do you say, CeCe?
No, absolutely. I mean, that definitely rubs off on everybody else. Just makes for a great clubhouse and, makes for him to be a great clubhouse leader.
Absolutely.
1-2 from Fried. Foul away again. So Fried at now 8 pitches. I'm not going to be monitoring the pitch count like crazy every single at-bat, but it is going to be very interesting. Obviously, early on with any pitcher, you're not as built up as you will be throughout the entire year. Fried should be right around, I didn't get the exact number, but I believe with spring training, normal build-up, he should be right around 90 to 100 pitches. But it's very much in the back of my mind. It has been all day. What if, if Fried gives you 6, okay, you can do Cruz, Duvall, Bednar. And Duvall's by no means, a sure thing per se. He should be. And the track record is there. But you feel good about 7, 8, 9 in the bullpen for the most part. Ground ball left side. Let's see what happens here. Cabellero directly in front of the sun. On to second for 1. On to first. Pick that first by Rice. Not for the out. They did get 1 at second base. But nice pick by Ben Rice at first base. And I'll tell you, man, Boone's taking a look possibly. I don't think they got him yet. Keep going. So it'll be runner on first, 1 out. Force out for, or fielder's choice rather, for Chapman. The rise cut down. That is awesome. Hopefully my mic's not popping, but yeah, he's safe. But nice pick, Rice. I like that. Yeah, I like that. Now, I will say, there is obviously room for improvement with Rice's defense. And that's fair. I mean, catcher, first base, it makes sense why he's not, Mark Teixeira in his prime over there. I do feel like it's a little bit overblown, the way people talk about his defense, that it's atrocious. I mean, he's got to work on his scoops. Other than that, I don't feel like Ben Rice was brutal last year at first base. And I was listening to Mike Francesa last night, and he's referring to Ben Rice as a DH. I really don't agree with that. I can hear that out, like, Jason Dominguez, whatever. I don't feel that way about Ben Rice. Anyways, regardless, good start defensively, making that pick. Anyways, here's Rafael Devers. Obviously traded from Boston last year to San Francisco. He's got, like, what, 10 years left on his deal? Long term. He's, you figure, a Giant for life. Here's his first at-bat at 2026. Runner off first. That's Chapman now. 1 out. 2-0 count. Bottom of the first. No score. Let's go, Fried. Throws over. Chapman's back. I kind of like this Netflix score bug.
Getting labeled, kind of a bad guy and going through all of that and still putting up 35 and 100 in this ballpark.
Incredibly impressive. And now, kind of comfortable with the team, the organization. Let's see what he can do, because he's one.
2-0 on Devers. Fly ball center field, not deep. Should be a can of corn, but there's actually, I don't know, there's hella sun, and it's going to drop. God damn. Grisham was shading his eyes from the sun. Ball drops in. Chapman goes to third. Single for Rafael Devers. Runners in the corners, 1 out. Now, that very well could have been sun-afflicted. It also may have just been perfectly placed regardless. But anyways, little bloop single for Devers. Yeah, runners on the... Damn, that sun is blaring, yo. Now, I think the monitor I'm watching on also has, like, some weird contrast settings. But that shit is blaring. I assume most of you are watching along on Netflix, but for those who maybe aren't, I kind of like to do play-by-play. Just if I wasn't doing a watch party, a lot of times that's how I watch anyways. So hopefully you don't find it annoying. But anyways, runners in the corners, 1 out. Giants threatening. Here's Willie Adames. First pitch is a cutter from Fried. 94 miles an hour inside, though. 1-0. Yeah. Adames in year 2 as a Giant. I believe it was a 6-year deal he signed. 7-year deal, right around there. Down year for him in year 1, but he still hit, what was that, 30 homers? OPS was only 739. Good guy. I've met him. Strike to Adames, 1-1. Fastball, 96 miles an hour. Let's go, Fried.
What does that say about what Perry was able to accomplish here?
Yeah, I mean, it speaks to this ballpark, too, right?
Who was the guy for the Giants in the booth? Is that Hunter Pence? It sounds too calm to be Hunter Pence. Anyways, the 1-1 from Fried. Nice curveball, but it's low. 2-1. Who's on deck for the Giants? Jung-Hoo Lee's on deck for the Giants? All right. This is the inning then right here. Ground ball foul. 2-2 on Adames. Let's get Adames here, and then Fried should eat Jung-Hoo Lee for dinner, essentially. So let's get Adames here. Yeah, it's good to be back, chat. It is good to be back. I mean, this is life now, yo. This is life. Nah, Fried ain't got nerves. The 2-2. Swing and a miss! Let's go! Okay. Did my strikeout whistle play? Did you hear that? Did you hear my sound effect yet? Strikeout whistle for a strikeout. Fried's first K of 2026. Caught a lot of the plate. Looked like it was a cutter, but, hey, no harm, no foul. Actually, only good. Strikeout of Adames. That's huge. 2 away now. Infield will move back, and that'll bring up the lefty, Jung-Hoo Lee. Which, again, Fried should have no problem with, but again, theme of, I guess, these streams these days is mentioning that it is indeed baseball. We have no freaking clue what's going to happen. Ground ball to the right side. Jazz, make a play, baby. Over to first. Okie doke. Let's go. So a little bit of trouble for Max Fried. But no harm, no foul. He gets out of it. First AB was a Luis Ariz 4-pitch walk, and then you had the Matt Chapman force out. Ariz out at second. Nice pick by Ben Rice, even though they didn't get him at first. Chapman was on first. Little blooping single by Devers, possibly aided by the sun in center field. Dropped in front of Grisham. First and third, but then a big strikeout of Willie Adames. And then Jung-Hoo Lee grounds out to second base. Jazz makes the play. So we are scoreless through 1. 1 inning down. Yeah, I could do a few more innings, man. Maybe just every single inning of the rest of the season. Yeah, I guess I'm down. You guys down? You guys down to watch every single inning? I'm not missing an inning this year. Like, that's anything new. I don't know why I said it like that. I don't really miss games at all. Except for drastic circumstances. Anyways, let's get back down to business here. The lineup for the Yankees, or I should say, who is due up, should be Ben Rice, I believe. Yes, because the Yankees went down 1-2-3 in the first. So we'll have Ben Rice, Giancarlo Stanton, and Jazz Chisholm Jr. Yeah. All right. Good stuff, Fried. Good stuff. Let me switch this back over here. Hey, let me know, by the way, little generic question. What's like the #1 matchup tomorrow? Let's take a look. Oh, the score bug. My apologies. Let me refresh that. There we go. Now we're updated. Thanks, Morg. Shout out Morg. Morg's always freaking on the 1s and 2s. Let me know what's good. So tomorrow, the Mets open up against the Pirates. Yo, what the heck? So a lot of people have been complaining about MLB at Bat's new layout, and I actually didn't really hate it. I think they've made other changes to their layouts, like the player stat page, at least they were trying out for a bit. I thought that was god-awful. I was thinking people were being a little too overblown about the new layout of the, the score bug screen, all the games. I do have an issue here. It does not show what ballpark it's at. Now, I guess I think the Mets are at Pittsburgh, and by the order of the way the teams are arranged, you usually can tell that. Oh, no, the Mets are home. Anyways, it should show that it's either at Citi Field or PNC. You got Pirates, Mets tomorrow. You got Twins, Orioles, Red Sox, Reds, Rays, where'd I go? Rays, Cardinals, White Sox, Brewers, Nationals, Cubs, Angels, Astros, Tigers, Padres. That's kind of interesting. Rangers, Phillies, D-backs, and Dodgers, Guardians, Mariners. Anyways, Ben Rice steps up to the dish. We got top of the second. Nobody out for now, but it could be one out, and it will be. Rice grounds out to Arise, one away. Let me crank the sound back up here. But a quick out for Logan Webb to begin the second as Ben Rice grounds out to second base. And that'll bring up Giancarlo Stanton. And that will fix the box score as we're going here. Stanton last year, of course, was out until, early June, like first week of June, second week of June. But when he came back, man, 24 homers, a 158 WRC+. Best year as a Yankee he had last year in terms of production, the slash line, great stats. Obviously not compilation numbers because he missed half the year, but look at those numbers. I mean, they're showing on Netflix right now. A 944 OPS, far and away the best OPS Stanton has had as a Yankee. So, in the right center field, that could get down. Let's see what happens here, and that ball will. First hit for the Yankees in 2026 is a Giancarlo Stanton single into right center field. Runner on first, one out. Okie doke, let's go. Way to be, Stanton. All right. That's good. This is good. Okay. So, yeah, Stanton, line drive single into right center field. Wearing some white cleats, white Nike cleats with a green accent, not the Liberty green that we see the Yankees wear a lot over the last couple years, which I love. It's kind of like the unofficial alternate color that the players have just adopted. I love it. Love it. Stanton's cleats, though, are very more so like 2013 Big Poppy Franklin batting gloves! And Jazz gets plunked in the back by Logan Webb. Some are wondering if it was intentional. I'm just kidding. Obviously, it wasn't. And Webb looked pretty displeased. Obviously, there's no intent. Doesn't even need to be said. I was just messing around. I'm falling victim to my own sarcasm. But anyways, the good news is, well, Jazz appears to be okay. And we have now first and second, one out. Should we get ahead of this and start looking at our second base options in case, God forbid? No, I'm just kidding. Oh, that got him in the ribs? Nah, that was the back, no? Oh, it is the ribs. That probably don't feel too good. All right, so first and second, one out. Let's take a breath here because we might have something. We got first and second, one out. Top of the second, no score. Here is Jose Cabellero. And we talked about it on the Morning Yank Show. We talked about it a little bit in the pregame here. It's not the same old at shortstop. Volpe has competition. In the first month before Volpe returns, Cabellero's performance could determine a lot, is what I'm getting at. So this is a fascinating at-bat, fascinating month ahead for Caballero, who, remember, he was going to play winter ball in the Dominican. Ripped into left field, base hit. Now that won't score Stanton. That won't score Stanton. Oh, it will. Forgive me. I was wrong. That did score Stanton. It's an RBI single at the very least. Caballero's on second. Jazz moves to third. It's a 1-0 Yankee lead. Whether they give Caballero a single or a double on that, don't really care. But we're off to a good start for that very conversation of there is competition at shortstop this year, man. And listen, I'm not a Volpe hater by any means. And heck, for all you know, let's say Caballero and Volpe both play well this year for argument's sake. That's a great scenario too. I'm rooting for Volpe to do well. Maybe we end up having a little competition at shortstop. But if Volpe's bad again, Caballero just has to be decent with the bat because his glove is going to be a sure thing. And last year, overall, Yankee numbers and Rays combined, he was a 97 WRC+. So just barely below league average. But what was Volpe last year? Volpe was an 84. For his career, he's 15, 16% worse than a league average hitter. Caballero, you could argue, by default, is already better than that. Anyways, we got a 1-0 Yankee lead, still second and third, and here's Ryan McMahon. 0-2 count on him. Let me get this Caballero clip up. We'll talk more McMahon, but let's let this play out. We got an 0-2 count, second and third.
They've battled quite a bit, him being with the Rockies. And it's a little bit different, though, his numbers in Colorado and the numbers here. You get that good humidity here in San Francisco.
0-2 from Webb.
Ground ball up the middle, and that will score. Jazz actually is going to get through for a base hit. Jazz will score. Rounding third will be Caballero, and how about that, folks? How about that? We got a 3-0 Yankee lead. Good start for Caballero to begin the season. Good start for McMahon to begin the season. Let me hit my button. 3-0 Yankees to begin opening day. Man, I'm rusty on clip getting. I may just download these clips, honestly. Yeah, I'm going to do that because I'm going to do a slideshow post. All right. And now there's a base hit in the left center field by Austin Wells. Let me get this clip up. But this is great. We'll do a full recap on what's happening here. But obviously this is a great start for many guys. Caballero, McMahon, Wells. Doubling the excitement is that it's off of Logan Webb. All right, talking Yanks. Let me steal some clips here, huh? What do you say? But all right, I'm going to download these clips, get them up. Just bear with me, guys. This is something that I have to do while I'm on these watch parties. And normally I'm much quicker, but the Netflix thing kind of has thrown a wrench in my typical screen recording plans. So I'm downloading clips tonight, but normally it'll be a much faster upload than this.
Yeah, that might be the nature of the visit from first-year
come on,
coach,
man.
just a message who came out to give Webb a little bit of a breather.
Yeah, they're coming back to this throw where they've already scored now, but right there gave Webb a chance. The fact that hit Caballero.
So here's back to the top of the order for Grisham. We got first and second, one out. Top of the second, Yankees lead
So first and second with
3-0.
and still only one away.
And now there's a drive. Right center field, it will be down for a base hit. Extra bases off the wall. One hop off the wall in right center. McMahon scores. Wells scores. Grisham to third. 2-run triple for Trent Grisham, folks. Where's my button? Bang. We got a 5-0 lead, yo. I got so many clips to download. Bear with me, yo. It's usually a much more simple process than this. I don't want to be like on my phone. I feel terrible about that. But I gotta get these clips. The Yankees have scored 5 runs here in the second inning. Caballero with an RBI single. Ryan McMahon with a 2-run single. And then Trent Grisham, 2-run triple. How about that? We got so much to discuss here. We'll do that in between innings. Let me download all this shit. Word, there's one.
This is purified right here. Pitch down, change up. And not too often does Webb give up 5 this quick.
I won't keep talking about clip posting because I know like you guys don't really care. But this actually kind of works out for the fact they've scored so many runs. I can make a nice slideshow out of it and it won't feel... Normally if I'm this late on posting clips, I'll have to like talk to my therapist about it tomorrow. But I'll post a nice slideshow. And this is just a great start to this frickin' season, man. Holy cannoli. And here's Judge. Still only one out, by the way, so we can get a sac fly from Judge here and get a 6-0 lead. No matter what, we're obviously sitting pretty early. And again, this is all off of Logan Webb. And like how I kind of operate, and a big part of it is because of, you know, yeah, it's really all because of Yanks Ab, but like the way I consume the games is obviously get very hype in the moment, and then I got to post clips, which kind of like does get a little crazy. And here's the first pitch to Judge. Upstairs 1-0. But then we have the game highlights on YouTube, which I record the full game and I cut it into like a 10-minute highlight video. Many of you guys know that. And like that's my way of like consuming the game again to make sure I don't miss anything. Because like a lot of times I'll miss replays, like cool-ass replays, because I'm clip posting. That's not a strike. Tap it, Judge. Tap it. I don't know why Judge isn't using ABS. I need to get these clips up. I probably should also mention that the Titanic sunk as well, but...
Logan Webb has not endured this kind of damage in any one inning since the 2020.
People know me, though. They know it's a Netflix thing. That's why I'm posting so late. The 1-1 on Judge. Upstairs, 2-1. So we got a 5-0 Yankees lead, 2-1 on Judge, runner on third. That's Grisham, who tripled. 1 out. So Yanks still threatening. Oh, yeah, I'm about to get these clips up, yo. This is going to be people... Man, a little Trent Grisham success. You know I like that. The 2-1 on Judge. That's a strike.
2 balls and 2 strikes to the 3-time.
What a wonderful world. That's the vibes we're on, chat. We got a 2-2 count on Judge. Come on, Cap, give me something.
Challenge at the first one. Nothing but fastballs to Judge so far.
Strike 3 on Judge. That's fine, Cap. Shake it off.
Gets his second strikeout of Judge today.
But that's kind of the dynamic in the Yankees offense. You have your Judge, and he can pick you up and carry on some days. And right here, that's the changeup. Fastball, changeup down and in.
Was it Cabellero RBI single? Right. Dude, McMahon, a 2-run single for McMahon. How about that? And a big part of that single, I think, no matter what, it was a good AB because he would have gotten the run in. So it could have been an RBI ground out. I'd be gassing it up almost just as much. But, like, Luis Ariz is playing second base for the Giants, I believe. Yeah, he is, because Devers is playing first. I mean, his range is... Here's Bellinger. 2 outs. Grisham still on third. Trent Grisham 2-run triple. I mean, dude, I'm... Yo, morning Yankees show tomorrow. 8 a.m. I'll leave it at that.
The pitch count now is...
Actually, I probably won't. I'll keep talking about it. But anyways, Yankees are raking. 2-run triple. Fire me up, bruh. All right, I'm going to post these. That is the longest it'll ever take for me to post clips. I'm downloading them tonight. I know I've already said that, but I'm just telling myself in my head. I'm screen recording for clips over here. It's not ideal. It's getting fuzzy. It's because of Netflix. That's fine. I won't blame them for not allowing me to illegally record their broadcast. But apologies for the late clips. Anyways, we're all good now. It's being posted on Yanks Ab. We got a 1-2 on Bellinger. He swings and misses. That's okay, though. That's okay. Webb's shaking his head off the mound because he is very displeased with his second inning, and you can't blame him. We had, let's see, how'd this all start off? We had, well, Ben Rice grounded out to second base. That's okay. Then Stanton with 1 out, single into right center field. Yankees' first hit of 2026. And then that was followed up by Jazz getting plunked in the back. I guess he's all good, thank goodness. And then Cabellero, in his first at-bat of what's a huge season, he rips an RBI single to score Stanton from second base. And then you had the McMahon 2-run single, sneaks by Luis Ariz. Good start for him in his season. Follow that up, Austin Wells had a single. Moved it over to what? It was second and third after that, for first and third? First and second it was? Trent Grisham, 2-run triple. I mean, what? The question for you guys, because I'm still figuring out my answer. What out of those at-bats are you most thrilled with? If you had to pick one, and I'll fix the box score in just a moment, you had Jose Caballero starting his season off in a fascinating way. We were just talking about how there is competition at shortstop now. Ryan McMahon, the adjustments that he's made. For those who don't know, he had the 4th widest stance in baseball last year from foot to foot, and he's condensed that down. Now, his spring training stats weren't all that great. Had they been great, I'd put more stock into him, but they weren't, so I'll just say it's spring training. But 2-run single for him. Yeah, I'll tell you, I think my number one, you want to know my number one? I think it's Trent Grisham. I mean, Grisham has gotten so much crap this offseason. And it's gotten a little bit, well, it depends who it's from. Some people just give their thoughts, and listen, you can disagree with me all you want, obviously. I love talking ball. Like, I actually enjoy talking ball with the conversation that person that I'm talking with disagrees with. Like, that's all well and good when we're talking ball. Some people, though, like today on my Yankees Avenue pregame, which is this year's design, by the way. It's similar to last year, but shout out my girlfriend, Chloe. She graphic design team, Jumbo Media, and she touched it up because she's awesome. But somebody was commenting, they're like, and I called them a loser because they said, what did they say? It was like, no, not best Yankees account on Insta. That's not the comment I was looking for. I'm looking for, maybe they deleted it. No, I didn't call them a loser. I called them silly, but it was like, they saw Grisham in there and they were like rooting on Grisham's downfall or something along those lines. And I'm just like, it doesn't click in my head. It's like, whose side are you on, bro? Anyways, I don't want to get into all that. That was an awesome freaking inning, yo. Awesome freaking inning. And by the way, no matter what, that McMahon at-bat was awesome because forget Luis Ariz's range at second base. That definitely contributed to how that ball got through. But no matter what, McMahon had 2 strikes. And, you know, you might be thinking, oh, here we go. We know about his high strikeout rate. Last year was over 30%, which is putrid. That, no matter what, has to be fixed. But regardless, he had 2 strikes, and he was able to put bat on the ball and score a run. Even if Ariz made that play, who was it? Caballero was coming home. Or not, whoever it was on third base was coming home. They would have scored no matter what. Ball sneaks through, ends up getting an extra RBI, 2-run single. which I'm not trying to discredit him on that, but I'm saying regardless, that is just a good start all around. Refreshing. I think that's the word. Anyways, let's get back into it here, though. And of course, we do have a mic'd up segment. I will forgive it because Netflix has, I think, done a pretty good job so far. Does anybody want to guess the Yankee player that is mic'd up, by the way? If you're not watching along. Nice curve, Fried. Apparently not. It was outside. They're not showing a score bug right now, but it's I believe a 2-2 count on Helio Ramos, who is the Giants' 6 hitter. So we got Ramos, Schmidt, Bailey. Righty-righty switch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, 1 away. Fried with his second strikeout of the night. Very good. Let me switch it over to the Giants lineup. Chad, I don't want to be that guy, but can I mention how much of just a freaking great time I'm having right now? Can I mention that? Is that cool? You guys cool with that, yo? All right, there we go. But let's lock back in. Yeah, we got our 5-0 lead. That's a great start. We got a lot of game left. We got a lot of season left. So I'm going to bring it back down to earth. Recognize what we just saw was awesome. Great start. But, yeah, we got a lot more game left. So we got bottom of the second. 1-1 count on Schmidt. Now a 2-1 count. See, here's the thing. This is nothing against Jazz. It's not at all against Jazz. It's not even necessarily anything against Netflix. Like, in theory, you think this would be a good idea. But it was a good idea in, like, 2012 when, like, social media was really coming up and you would hear people say, how will baseball grow the game? Pitch upstairs, 3-1 on Schmidt. Be like, oh, how do we grow the game? Well, like, we should mic up players. We have the technology to do it now. We should do this. We should do that. Like, all these ideas that, like, at one time seemed groundbreaking. Like, ump cam at one point seemed like a groundbreaking idea. Like, let's do a live ump cam. And then you actually realize this does nothing for me. If anything, it hurts the viewing experience. And in this case, like, I don't got a score bug. I'm hearing generic stories and comments about how much the team loves each other, which, even if they didn't love each other, no matter who the team is, that's what the guy who's mic'd up is going to say. It's like Jazz right now is gassing up Max Fried. They're asking about how great Max Fried is. That's great. I don't need to hear that, though. Like, I know how good Max Fried is. And he gets plunked. That's fine, though. Payback, just kidding. Schmidt gets plunked. Little cutter that jammed him inside. So that'll be a runner on first, 1 out.
It's a 94-mile-an-hour cutter that he had no chance of getting out of the way.
Yeah, hopefully the defense gets the guard right here. And he does. He gets a little bit of the elbow guard, and that's kind of a bit of a freebie there.
By the way, do you guys like the new angle I got going on here? In the past, we were always, and here's the first pitch to Bailey outside. So we got a 1-0 count, 1 out, runner on first after the hit by pitch. In the past, I was always watching on one of these computers. Now I have it directly in front of me with my Yank staff stuff to the side. If anybody's curious about my setup, by the way, I actually posted a picture on Yankees Avenue on Instagram as a little, like, yo, join the watch party thing. But I posted like a full view of my setup. It's nothing crazy, but just so if you want to have a visual on what I see, it's on Yanks Ave. I already had my complaints about the mic'd up segment. I'm not going to harp on it. The worst is when you get a mic'd up segment or like anything like this, and the inning just prolongs. It's like, bruh. Tell him to have a good one. Good pitch. Dude, see, this is irritating. I'm not trying to be annoying. But, like, I'm pretty sure that was a changeup. It looked like a gorgeous changeup. Now they're showing the score bug. But, like, I want to see the score bug. Because Netflix is actually doing a pretty good job of showing the pitches, the mile an hour, what pitch it is. Not all broadcasts do that. Yes does, but, you know, we're spoiled. Upstairs. I'm looking at my frickin' ESPN box score to see what the count is. I believe now it's 3-2. 2-2. I apologize, chat. Blame Netflix, not me. And I'm not going to feel too bad criticizing here because I actually think they've done a pretty good job so far. But, all right, I think it's a 2-2 count right now. 1 out, runner on first. I think the box score just spoiled me for a strikeout. I'm not going to look at that too much more. Fried, third strikeout of the night. He sets down Patrick Bailey looking. 2 away, runner remains on first for the 9-hitter. Harrison Bader, an old friend. Old friend. That was a really good cutter. Maybe he would want to ABS that, but I liked it. That's a good pitch. And the way ABS is measured, it's like if it even clips a corner of the laser. it's good. And that cutter almost, I'm sure, I think it did. Great pitch. Anyways, 3 Ks for Fried. Looking to complete so far 2 scoreless. Has to get through Harrison Bader, who he signed, what was it, he signed a 2-year deal with San Francisco. And that was probably the most I ever kind of gave leeway to the whole, like, not Trent Grisham hate, but like bashing the Yankees for signing him. Because the Jason thing, you know how I feel about that. I don't want to have to bank on Jason, his defense. The bullpen argument, like, swing and miss, Bader, 0-2. What's it called? The bullpen thing, I understand. Like, all right, you don't sign Grisham. You could have used that money to sign a reliever. Like, but who exactly? Like, I want to hear a name. Like, you cannot just give me Edwin Diaz. Like, no. Average annual value over 1 year of $22 million is not the same as that average annual value over 3 years. The Yankees weren't signing Edwin Diaz. That's a separate conversation. Like, maybe they should have, but it's not. Don't blame Trent Grisham for it. The one time I was like, I wonder if the Yankees knew what Harrison Bader was going to get money-wise, which was very cheap. I think it was like 2 years, $24 million or something. That was one time I was like, you know, I wonder if the Yankees could go back if they would get Bader on that deal. But right now, I'm chilling. Boy, I'm happy for Grisham. And me. And us, all of us, foul away. So we got a 1-2 count on Bader. At the very least, there's 2 strikes. Again, Netflix is not showing a score bug right now. Let's turn this up a little bit.
What about Atlanta you like?
I don't know. I get a lot of hits in Atlanta.
That's what I'm talking about, Jazz. I love Milwaukee, baby.
Strike 3! That looked like a cutter. Backdoor cutter. Fried gets Bader. 4th strikeout of the night, and he is scoreless through 2. Okay. So far, so good for Max Fried. Now, pitch count is at 38. And I'm excited to talk about this now, actually, the whole bullpen thing, because not that a 5-0 lead early guarantees you're going to win whatsoever. Not at all, actually. But I'm just so curious. What if Fried only gives you 5? Like, who... We're going to find out who the 6th inning guy is. We know it's Cruz in the 7th, Duvall in the 8th, Bednar in the 9th. Who is pitching the 6th inning? If Fried gives you a nice clean 5, who's going to become that bridge for when it's needed? My guess would be Jake Bird. But again, you know, we have the lefties and Tim Hill and Brent Hedrick, Ryan Yarbrough, so there could be a lane that works for them, possibly. Not to bring that up right now. Oops. Sorry. I left that button on. We're so far away from that, though. Fried, scoreless through 2. And coming up for the Yanks will be 4, 5, and 6. Rice, Stanton, Jazz. I will fix the box score in just a moment. Actually, I want to go through a couple super chats first. We got... Dude, this is crazy. Thank you guys so much. You don't ever have to send me money. Like, I just got to make sure I say that when I see a $50 super chat from, to be honest, I think a new face around here, L1011 TriStar. Forgive me if I don't recognize you, bro, but I think you're like a newcomer around here. I haven't seen you too much in the chat. Regardless, thank you so much, dude. And he just leaves a message saying, bro. I assume that was after, you know, we scored all those runs. So, you know, kind of speaks for itself what he's talking about if that's when he sent it. But regardless, it speaks for itself, and you're a great freaking dude. And you'd be a great dude if you didn't send that. Like, again, you don't have to send me freaking money, yo. Don't have to freaking send me money. But, like, I appreciate it so much. I don't even know what this, like, a $50 super chat is crazy. And Joey sent a $50 super chat before. Joey actually also just sent in another super chat, a $10 super chat. Joey, that's enough out of you for this season. Thank you. Thank you so much. And, yeah, Joey mentioned, did we forget we have ABS? WTF, I'm calling every high pitch. Yeah, dude, the Giants, too. There's been a couple pitches, and, like, with the Yanks, obviously we mentioned it, where it seemed like they'd be an obvious ABS tap on the head and get that one checked, and they haven't done it. We did see a slight flinch from Judge before, where it looked like he may have was going to, but then he didn't. I don't know. Maybe they're being conservative with it. But that first pitch to Judge, and his first at bat, there was a pitch up and in that was like so clearly a ball. I thought it was guaranteed tap on the helmet. I'll say that's like kind of surprising. Honestly, we haven't seen. Not even just talking about the umpire, like any umpire, good or bad. Like I would have figured we would have had an ABS challenge by now. But I really don't care. I actually don't love ABS all that much, to be honest. I borderline despise it, but I know I should like it. I'd rather just be 2-0 on Rice, by the way. We have Rice, Stanton, Jazz. I'm about to get the box score right, but last thing on ABS, I'd rather it just be the zone is called via the electronic zone, the same way they check with the challenge system, slider, backdoor, 2-1 on Rice. And no, you're not losing anybody jobs. We'd still need a home plate umpire for place at the plate. But what would it be, in my opinion, is if it's a strike, the umpire has a little buzz system set up, like the Astros in 19. Kidding. Not kidding, actually, at all. Fly ball to left, foul, 2-2 on Rice. And it would buzz like strike. All right, then you call a strike. If it doesn't buzz, it's a ball. You don't call it a strike. Like that's what it should be to me. Like I'm all about getting the calls correct, obviously. But man, like I don't know if it's a little T-Mobile graphic they throw up every single time. I think it's hideous, and it's like strike 3, Rice down on strikes, looking, slider, pretty good pitch, all good Rice, you're gonna be great. When he hits his 40th home run in like the end of August, chat, nobody's gonna be caring about that strikeout. Not that anybody was stressing anyways. I'm vibing so hard right now. It's so good to be back. Let me fix the box score though, and get back to business here. Here is Giancarlo Stanton, who he got it all started. Wow. Tap the helmet, bro. Unless, Netflix has the box on this broadcast, which I thought that was going away across baseball. But, and now there's, oh, no, they had him shift properly. Arise gathers it up right behind second base, gets Stanton. He grounds out. Nice little piece of hitting from him again. But, I forget what I was saying. 2 away, that'll bring up Jazz Chisholm Jr. So Jazz, of course, last at bat was plunked in the back. The ribs, actually. Which probably wasn't too pleasant, but he's all good. So we got a 5-0 Yankee lead. Top of the third, 2 outs. Little heads up. I will be using the restroom after this. Nothing crazy. Just a quick little 30-second ordeal, and I'll be back. Just telling you guys now. Jazz last year, 813 OPS, 31 home runs. 31 stolen bases. What's up, CeCe? The 0-1 on Jazz. Catches the bottom of the zone with a slider. Excuse me, a sweeper. My bad. Execute me. 0-2.
How quick do the Yankees be like, hey, he's not throwing the changeup as much. Get ready for the sweeper. They haven't adjusted yet.
Okay, well, we're up 5-0, so I don't care. Ground ball right side. Wait a second. Is Devers DHing? Who's playing first for the Giants? Because I do know that ain't Rafael Devers. Devers is DHing. Is that an everyday thing for them? Whatever. It was Casey Schmidt. I'll be right back, yo. I got this little standby screen. I'm going to go use the restroom real quick, but I'll be right back. All right, we're back. You guys like my little standby screen? I will try to only do that a couple times throughout each watch party. But I drink a lot of water. And thank goodness, too, because I started taking creatine. But I used to take creatine, but just like to take it. No matter what, it's good for your muscles. But the 5 milligrams of creatine you take, or the 5 grams of creatine, that goes to your muscles. Anything past that goes to your brain. So if you guys are wondering why I'm so articulate today, it's the creatine. But anyways, you gotta drink a lot of water, or else your kidneys go... gonna pop like Elvis, the king. Oops. Just closed my screen by accident. Hold on. Fried is back. There we go. All right, 1-0 count. It'll be top of the order for the Giants. Where's my shit pausing? Hold on. Sorry, guys.
Kind of a wobbly first inning. Racked up 3 strikes.
I'm gonna make sure I'm live. There we go. All right, we got a 2-0 count on Arise. It'll be 1-2-3 for the Giants here in the bottom of the third. Arise. Arise, Chapman, Devers.
4 pitches to start the bottom of the first, and this is a guy who's not easy to walk. He's usually up there hacking.
Yeah, for the Giants, base runners are going to be a premium if you want to claw back into
A
this
premium.
ball game. Second time through the lineup.
Called the strike. See, that's a high pitch. Dude, is ABS... Chat, did we dream about ABS? Like, is that not actually a thing? Was that all just a illusion? Are we fools? Did we get misled? No, I'm just kidding. 3-2.
Free right back into count. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
I got to update the box score. Caught that early.
Yeah, you take the foot off the gas, and all of a sudden, you give up a couple.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Attack it just like
Let's go, Freed. We got a 3-2 on Arise. The pitch.
Against Fried.
Ground ball, foul.
Again, this dude's tough to walk.
Arise looked like he slimmed down a little bit. Good for him. Can I say that? Or does that qualify as old Dan Rourke?
And this is good for the Giants. This is
All
why
right.
you bring in a Rise.
We're in a good spot. Another 3-2 from Freed. It'll be pitch number 45. Bottom of the third inning, 5-0 Yanks. Nobody out. The 3-2 to Arise. The pitch. Foul away again. Mother effer.
Battling. Still 3-2. Luis Arise, by the way, carries a 15-game hitting streak into opening day. If you're like me, you think that hitting streaks should all be counted within the course of a season. In fact, they carry over. And if anybody gets close to DiMaggio with a carryover hitting streak, we got problems.
Won't happen. Nobody's touching DiMaggio.
Over a season because you get in a rhythm in a hitting streak, and now all of a sudden,
Ground ball right side. Nice play by Rice. Over to first. 1 away. 1 dead here in the third. It was a hard hit liner on a hop from Arise to Rice, and he kind of had to like slide over to his right, and he kind of it was a nice it was a nice play. If he didn't make it, it would be like Rice, what the hell? But he made it. Very nice. 1 away. See, this is what I don't care about, but it's fine. I'm in a good mood. Yanks are up 5-0. Netflix has been pretty good so far, but we're racking up strikes. Now I'm getting Bert. His name's Bert. Bert Kreischer, who I know this guy. I don't know how to say his last name, but like I'm getting him on a boat out in their body of water out in right field, the bay. I'm getting a live cam of him talking while Max Fried's making his first start of the season. It's opening day. We had Jazz mic'd up last inning. It's not a 3 strikes and you're out situation because like ultimately like I'm here no matter what, but like I am following closely what I like and what I don't like. And now we have 2 blemishes so far. The mic'd up, which you had to expect. I think it's a waste of time. This is like borderline. I mean, Dan Rourke Sr. is definitely bugging. Matt Chapman, fly ball, deep left center field. Looks like Bellinger's under it. Not that deep, in front of the track. He makes a catch, 2 away. Chapman flies out to left. So 2 dead, and that'll bring up Mr. Rafael Devers, who in his first at-bat dunked a little single to center field. Dude, how about Grisham 2-run triple? Oh, dude, we're going to have a field day on More Than Yanks tomorrow. If this all goes well. And there's so much game left. Thank goodness. Those that have been around, you know how I feel about the pitch clock. I think it's good for baseball. It's one of Rob Manfred's like biggest W's. And it has sped up the game. I like it for the pace. But and Devers up the middle. Let's see what happens here. Cabellero drifts over, was shifted properly, past second base, over to first. 1, 2, 3, inning for Max Fried. He is scoreless through 3, chat. Let's go. Anyways, to wrap up that thought, I like the pace of play of the pitch clock and all that, but I don't like games being like 2 hours and 45 minutes. Like before you know it, the game is done. Not talking about this game right now. Like we're pacing all well and good. And this isn't an issue. It's actually a W for Major League Baseball. But I liked when games were always like 3.5 hours. Like when Yankees Red Sox, for whatever the reason may be, even when there wasn't like a juicy robber, they would always just be like 4 hours long. I liked that. So like the pace of play of the pitch clock, I think that's fine. But because of that, you get a much quicker game, which is what MLB wants. Again, this is a W. This is like a Dan Rourke problem. But I loved pre-pitch clock. Like you just settle in for a baseball game, which you could still do, obviously. I mean, 2 hours and 45 minutes is a nice amount of time to relax. But like, dude, back in the day, oh man, 3-hour and 30-minute baseball game, pre-pitch clock, 4-hour baseball game. Oh, you just sit back. You don't freaking plan on moving at all. The perfect sit, which Justin Pennick will be doing tomorrow as well. He'll be doing a follow-up to his, what was that? Was that during baseball? Yeah, that was during the 17-inning game, the 18-inning game at the World Series last year. Justin Pennick had the perfect sit where he did not get up at all during that game. He's doing that tomorrow on the live stream. I don't think he's getting up all day. No bathroom breaks or nothing. I don't know how he does that. Anyways, chat, I'm going to pull you guys up soon in general. By the way, we also got some other super chats in here. Actually, 5 super chats from Sebastian Konzelman. Sebastian, thank you so much, dude. Now, no matter what you gave here, I mean, if you didn't give me nothing, I don't. Thank you so much regardless. It says JPY 500, JPY 200, 2000. I don't care about how much money there is, no matter what. Thank you so much. I'm just curious, Sebastian, where you're from. What is JPY? Let's look up JPY. No, not a conversion calculator. I'm not a freaking nut job. JPY meeting. Oh! Sebastian, you're Japanese? Nice. It's a currency code for the Japanese yen. You just gave me yen, bro? That's freaking awesome. Yen. Yes. Very good. Anyways, let me get the box score all set up for the Yankees to hit. We will have Cabellero coming up. So it'll be Cabellero, McMahon, Wells.
Yeah, they were obviously getting a little more aggressive early in the count. So, I mean,
Tony Vitello.
as far as pitch location early, but also every one of their hitters is capable of doing
First pitch to Caballero, inside, but called the strike. Oh, did he tap? I think we might have our first ABS. Did he tap? Well, we don't know because there's a mid-inning interview. Yes, I hear it. First challenge of 2026. First challenge in MLB history. Jose Caballero, top of the 4th, March 25th. And let's see what the verdict is here. Now, out of all the pitches to challenge on, there's been far more egregious ones that I've seen. Although that definitely looked like a ball, but it was confirmed to be a strike. So, my mistake. Simple as that. ABS confirmed it was a strike. So I was wrong, and I sincerely apologize. The 0-1 to Caballero. Okay, tap it again, Cobb. That was a ball. That was a ball. Whatever, it's fine. 0-2 though. But yeah, Caballero. So they did give him a double on that. RBI double for Caballero. Let me update my caption. I think I put single. But obviously a great start for his season. Ripped in a left field. Oh, no, excuse me. I apologize. It was ripped on a hop to third base to Matt Chapman. Got a little jumpy. Dude, hopefully if a Yankee hits a fly ball relatively deep today, it's like a bomb, a moonshot. Because, you know, juices are flowing from me right now, obviously. I assume it's similar for you guys at home. The second I see a fly ball off Judge's bat, bro, I'll have to, like, resist myself from standing up right away. The reads early off the bat, mostly due to excitement, and I'm a little bit rusty, aren't going to be great. I thought that was, like, identical to what Caballero did in his first at-bat, but it was a line drive ground ball to Chapman. All good, though. One away, and here is Ryan McMahon. 2-run single for him in his first at-bat. Outside 2-0. Now with McMahon, he's fascinating. We've talked about this a lot, but his eye is really good. You look at his Baseball Savant page from like last year, just in general. He doesn't chase, and he hits the shit out of the ball. His average exit velo is ranked towards like up to like the topper echelon of the league, and he doesn't chase. I would say, like, you tell a blind man that hits the crap out of the ball and doesn't chase. I mean, that's a pretty good recipe for success. The problem is, though, at least entering this year, like going off last year, he whiffs on pitches in the zone. So we'll see how that improves with, like, the new stance, more comfort, blah, blah, other stuff we may not know about. But the very least, he does have a really good eye. And right now, he's got a 2-2 count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 5-0 Yankees lead, top of the 4th. Now, Webb's at 55 pitches as we speak.
I think that was a ball, and called it a strike, and I think McMahon had Caballero not challenged. I think he would have challenged.
Upstairs, 3-2 on McMahon. On deck is the 9-hitter Austin Wells, and he had a single. We haven't really talked about that. I mean, who cares, I guess, but, you know, it's opening day. Austin Wells first at bat, single, I like that.
This is a new addition to
The 3-2. Inside, let's go! Great at bat, McMahon so far, 2-run single and a walk. Very good. Okie doke. Runner on first, 1 out, and that'll bring up Austin Wells. As we mentioned, singled in his last at-bat. And then we have the lethal Trent Grisham on deck. I really do think, man. You know, I asked a question before of, I got to plug in my charger, bro. God damn, man. Hold on. Yes. Imagine my laptop died that I'm streaming off of. That would be good. I'd say see you guys later. Let's go Yanks. 1-0 on Austin Wells. Fly ball to left foul. I'm just getting my my charger out. Forgive me.
There's Austin Wells now with a man aborted one away, a ball and a strike to Wells, who joins your former teammate Brett Gardner, CC, as the only Yankees to hit leadoff opening day 1 year.
Ground ball, base hit right field for Wells. In the first and second base hole, McMahon advances to second. Wells is now 2 for 2 to begin the season. I'm going to plug this in.
Wells now 2 for 2.
I'm going to have to do some fucking shit. Let's plug it in. My alarm clock, I guess I can unplug my alarm clock.
Yeah, right here, sinker a little bit up, a little bit over the plate. Not exactly where he wanted, but that ball's moving.
First and second, 1 out. Wells is 2 for 2. McMahon is 1 for 1 with a walk. So how this works is my computer that I streamed off last year somehow like took a dump on me, and I can only use it when it's plugged into another monitor. And when the laptop's closed and you plug it into a monitor, it basically acts as like a stationary PC. But in order to have it active and working, it has to have a charge in it. So I am putting in a 32-watt iPhone cable into it right now, which really won't charge it for shit, but I just need it to recognize as a charger so that way it stays on. Anyways, 0-1 count on Grisham. Outside, 1-1. All right, let's see. Hopefully this doesn't... If it does take my shit off, I have the game right over here as well, but... Yeah, word. Oh, let's go. I owned. My plan worked to a T. 1-1 on Grisham. In there, called strike. Sorry I'm all over the place, guys. I'll be good in 2 seconds. Charge, man. I need a plug. Very good. Beautiful. Okay, we're back in biz. Not that we ever closed up shop, but... Okay, 1-2 count. First and second on Grisham. No. 1-2 count on Grisham. Yankees have first and second, 1 out. Got a 5-0 lead. Jose Cabellero RBI single, McMahon 2-run single, and then Trent Grisham 2-run triple. And obviously he got a triple now. Why was Vice Grisham so surprised? Upstairs 2-2. Yeah, this is good. I like Grisham with the high stocks, by the way. He'll go back and forth. And I abide by that in my franchise mode, which is now off the internet. I've given up being an MLB The Show content creator. Not that that was ever like the gung-ho plan, but you know, I always kind of the last couple of years get on and start playing MLB The Show. I like playing by myself. But, you know, I'll give Grisham the low stocks sometimes, the high stocks. Jazz will alternate as well. What's that, chat? You don't care? Yeah, me either. That's a lie. I care. Don't start being rude to me, chat. Speaking of being rude, I got to pull you guys up soon. Which I will do, I promise. The 2-2 to Grisham. Fly ball center field. Little looper. Let's see if it could drop. Maybe it will. Let's see. Bader comes in. If anyone can get it, it's him, and he does. Bader slides, makes a catch. Grisham's retired. Fly ball, or an F8, fly out to center field. And that'll be 2 away. And that'll bring up Aaron Judge, who's been pretty quiet so far today, which is totally okay. He's excused. You know, Judge saves his hits for the postseason, man. I mean, he's a postseason legend. Outside the obvious last year that, like, we didn't win, like, that's ultimately what the issue was. And, like, why I'm pissed every year if we don't win it all, which that's always the case. The extra little, like, killers that Judge was on his way to having an 09 A-Rod run. Swing and a miss. Yeah, Judge wants to do something here. Okay, so we got first and second, 2 outs now. Judge swings over a changeup. 0-1 count. Last year, of course, Judge terrific. MVP, third time. 331 average, 53 home runs, 114 ribs. OPS above 1.1. The 0-1. Upstairs. Ball and strike. What's up, Cab? Good to see you again, man. Yeah, what's up? Judge will be turning 34 in a month from tomorrow. Trivia chat. What pitcher did Aaron Judge take deep on his 25th birthday in Boston? Fouled away. 1-2. Many will remember the game. And I'll tell you what the homer was. It was in Fenway, April 2017, 2-run shot the opposite way. It was also the same game that he fell into the stands in left field, or excuse me, right field, obviously. Made a great catch. Yeah, random trivia. What pitcher was that home run off of? The 1-2 to Judge. Good take, 2-2. How's my box score looking? Oh, really good. Nice.
2-2.
Judge with the low Jordan cleats. Also, I'm watching The Last Dance again.
Sinker coming back outside. I think he had a chance to get a look at.
Top of the zone, sinker away.
The 2-2. Tipped into the glove, strike 3. Judge goes down. He's 0 for 3 so far. It's all good, Cap. Shake it off, pal. Second strikeout of the night for Judge. Actually, it might be his third, to be honest. Oh my God, the Yankees can't hit with runners in scoring position. I know nobody's actually saying that. I just freaking, I'm just busting. But anyways, Yankees leave a runner on second. Leave 2 on, actually. And yeah, Judge is 0 for 3 with 3 Ks.
So they did it themselves. A group of 25 soldiers act each other.
Which is fine. But anyways, let's go to the bottom of the 4th. Now, Freed's pitch count
Because it's the right thing to do.
should be in decent shape. Yeah, Freed's at 50 pitches entering
Honor, service, loyalty.
the bottom. Are we going to? No, this is the bottom of the 4th we're going into here, right? Yeah, bottom of the 4th.
Because at USAA,
Freed will enter with 50 pitches, which is fine. But given, first week of the season, we've been talking about it. What's his pitch count going to be? I haven't seen what's been reported because it's not really necessary to be reported. You kind of just figure he's at 90 to 100. But yeah, just keeping that in mind. What the bullpen situation is going to be. Bang. All right. So we got a 5-0 lead here. And let's take a look at our box score, actually, real quick. Let's see what the Yanks are doing. So Grisham so far is 1 for 3 with that 2-run triple. Judge, we mentioned, 0 for 3, 3 Ks. Bellinger 0 for 2 so far with a K. Rice 0 for 2, but then you get past that, you had Giancarlo Stanton, nice single to get things going in the second, and then Jazz 0 for 1 had the hit by pitch in the ribs, though. But yeah, story tonight so far is the bottom third of the order. Jose Cabellero, RBI single. Ryan McMahon, the 2-run single. Austin Wells is 2 for 2, and then can't just leave it at bottom of the order. Trent Grisham, that 2-run triple. I still think that's what I'm most excited about so far today. But hey, with that said, give me something else, yo. Freed, keep cruising, keep doing your thing. He's looking good so far. But then next inning, we'll have up Bellinger, Rice, Stanton. So we're still looking for our first homer. Now I have to ask you this question, chat. Who's hitting the first homer for the Yankees this year? Because that's still in play. And part of the reason I bring it up is I got a slight... Is inkling the word? Somebody's going deep next inning. Are we getting the first Ben Rice homer of 2026? Oh, Boone's in a good mood. So Lauren Jahadi's now talking to Aaron Boone.
It's different every year. This year it'll be my mom.
First pitch from Freed, curveball, beautiful, in there called strike, 0-1, to Helio Ramos. So it'll be Ramos, Schmidt, and Bailey for the Giants. 6, 7, 8. And if anybody gets on, Harrison Bader. Swing and a miss, 0-2.
Tough to say. I mean, full strength. He's already at full strength.
Yeah.
It's a matter of now
Being built up. They're talking about Cam Schlittler. And reminder, so he's pitching on Friday. We're off tomorrow. He's pitching Friday, game 2 of the series. He had the back inflammation, obviously, to begin the spring training, so he's a little bit behind. His pitch count's up to 75, I believe. Maybe 80. So we might be looking at 4 innings from Cam on Friday, possibly. All right. 0-2 on a... Oh, wait, no, excuse me. I apologize. I don't know why I thought Ramos was up. Retraction, apologize. It's Willie Adames leading off right now. I was so off. I don't know how that happened. Adames, Lee, Ramos. We got an 0-2 count on Willie Adames. Jesus Christ, that was embarrassing. And it took me a minute to figure it out, too, that I was wrong. So the chat was probably saying a lot. Oh, I missed you guys. Let's lock in, though. Crank this up a little bit. 1-2 count on Willie Adames. Pitch number 55 from Freed. Fly ball center field. Should be a can of corn. Yep. Grisham is under it, and he makes the play. 1 away. The sun, by now, is gone. Early in the game, that shit was blaring.
So far, so good for the visitors.
But all good here.
So far, so good for
It is Hunter Pence. Okay, so yeah, the booth confirmed. We knew CeCe was in it with Vescursion. It is Hunter Pence. He's pretty good in the booth. It's a good... Netflix, man, if not for the the things that I've mentioned that I hate across pretty much all national broadcasts, mid-game interviews, live ump cam, they had that Burt guy in the freaking river mid-game. That shit's whack, but unfortunately, that's just the national broadcast these days. Knowing what we know how national broadcasts operate, I think this has actually been pretty good from Netflix. I like their score bug too. Actually, really, I think that's a nice score bug. It's nicely placed, nicely sized. Heads up. So yeah, here's Jung Hoo Lee. He's 0 for 1. This is his second at bat. Grounded out to second in the first. It's crazy they're only on their second at bat right now, but I guess that makes sense. Fly ball left center field. Not deep. Grisham's under it. Very casual. 2 away. Now, I just want to keep mentioning some of these things that, like, maybe many of you guys, if you've been watching me, have heard me talk about, but some people maybe just are tuning back into Yankee baseball right now. Trent Grisham. So last year he had the hamstring injury, and his defense was eye test wise in large part because of the hamstring, and defensively with the analytics, his defensive metrics were worse than ever. I attribute that a lot to the hamstring injury. He also had some other like lower half stuff throughout the year. Anyways, he was talking a few weeks ago about how, and here's Helio Ramos with 2 away, 1-0, that he has a personal vow to get back to being an elite defensive center fielder. And he's healthy, which might just solve that issue right there. But I still consider him to be, I don't want to just throw out the word elite, because he's probably not elite. At one point he was, but he's not a bad defensive center fielder. And the metrics did say that last year, but a lot of people were using that and running with it, like, about the Grisham contract stuff, bringing him back. It's like, oh, and he's actually not a good defender. It's like, dude, that's not how that works. Like, there's nuance. There's things that are a part of why certain circumstances might be the case. Like, is Trent Grisham a bad defender? No, he just had a hamstring injury and lower body injuries that, no pun intended, was hamstringing his ability to play a good defensive center field. And now he's healthy. But I did like hearing from him. And here's Ramos in the right center field. That's going to get down. 2-out single for Helio Ramos. Yeah, wow, Fried had 7 in a row retired before that. So that'll be a run on first, 2 outs, no big deal. For Casey Schmidt. But anyways, I mean, I might just be a Grisham shill at this point, to be honest. And I don't want to like make jokes about it because make it seem like I'm, but like for real, like I already give the argument about, you know, the batted ball metrics, and like no matter what, I'm about the decision to bring him back for many reasons. But also, it's built even further in my thoughts on it that like people are just being such tool bags towards Trent Grisham, like Yankee fans, that it has me rooting for him even more than I already am by default. Anyways, runner on first, 1-0 count on the 7-hitter Casey Schmidt. 2 outs, runner on first, that's Ramos. Pitch from Fried. Ground ball to short. Let's see. Caballero's got it. We'll go to second for the 4th out and the 3rd out. Inning over. 4 scoreless so far from Max Fried. That is, I got to update the, sorry, the box score was delayed. But 4 scoreless for Max Fried. Looks like he's at 65 pitches after that last one. So obviously a good outing so far for him. And let's start thinking. I know we keep bringing this up, but it's from a place of I'm excited to see how they handle the bullpen here in the 6th. We keep talking about, will Fried give us 6 tonight? Will he give us 5? And if he does, we'll find out who the 6th inning guy is, at least for the start of the season. And, you know, we're also up 5-0, so it's not exactly the same as if maybe they were up by 1-0. It could change some things. But planning ahead here, Fried's at 64 pitches through 4. What is Fried's pitch count, actually? Has that been reported? Chat feels abandoned? Oh, my God. The chat feels freaking abandoned? Well, you know what? I'll pull you guys up then, all right? Let me pull up the chat, man. Let me pull up the chat. Morgan just texted me saying that you guys feel abandoned. You know, it has been a minute. Let me pull you guys up. Now I'm getting ads on my own video. Let me see here. Hold on. Yeah, let me get a little pop-out chat going here. Oh, wait. I can't have where's my pop-out chat? Yeah, what's up, yo? You guys feeling abandoned or something? What you mean? What you mean? Oh, yeah, now Dar wants to say hi. Oh, man. Hey, Luna. Luna, I've missed you. I've missed all you guys, y'all. I'm not ignoring you. Intern Tim. Shout out Intern Tim. Shout out Morg. You guys, I mean, you always do treat Morg well, but like he's the reason why I was reminded that I kind of have been neglecting the chat so far. But in fairness, I've just been so locked in. Oh, all right, let's get into it. You guys want to start asking some questions? Yo, it is freaking great to see. Let's do a quick little roll call. We got Chris, we got Playboy, we got John, we got we got a bunch of Chris's in here. You guys related? No, but Intern Tim, learning with Liam. Hey, I know you, learning with Liam. I recognize you. John! What's up, John? John, don't ask, because I did not go to the gym today, but that was planned. No, I just lied to you right now. That was not planned. It was up for my game. It was a game day decision, and I did not go to the gym. It was a busy day, but I did take my creatine. John, good to see you again, man. Cam Lugo, yo, my man. What's up, Cam? Cam, remember we did didn't we do a school project together, and you got an A on it? a.k.a. I got an A. We got an A. Anyways, yo, shout out everybody in here. Mr. Breeze, I see everybody else in the chat. Yo, Luke, you're my freaking guy. Baseball Bill, Jay Mills, good to see everybody. Chinese food. Yo, Longer Lore, what's up, man? Yo, where's Adam at? Dad got milk and never came back. Yo, I freaking love you guys. You guys are the best. And I'll tune back into what everybody's saying again tonight for sure. Apologies for that. Who just ripped a single? Hey, Ben Rice. No, I'm a liar. Why am I lying? I got to rewind and watch that single again, but I also got to get it for the YouTube highlights. That was a Cody Bellinger leadoff single into right field. I'm going to watch this again one more time and get back to live time because we got Ben Rice up with the runner on first. Yep, Bellinger rips it into right field. Very good. Hold on. I'm going to go to live time in 2 seconds. Nice. That's enough for the highlight video. All right, back to live time. Apologies. Sometimes I got to do that sort of thing. Oh, my God. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, I apologize. I have to get this Ben Rice single, too. Ben Rice rips a single, follows up Bellinger. So now we have first and third. I got the game in live time over here, too. Ben Rice singles after Bellinger. So we have first and third, runners in the corners, nobody out for Giancarlo Stanton. We're going to live time in 2 seconds. All right, cool. Back to live time. First and third for Giancarlo Stanton. Nobody out. Yankees already lead 5-0. Been a very nice opening day so far. Just one game, just half a game. Got a lot of game left, a lot of season left. I'm only saying that because, yo, I'm enjoying myself so hardcore right now. Let me get the box score right. We got a 1-0 on Stanton. All I want's a little fly ball, yo. And now Stanton, base hit, center field, ripped. Okay, 6-0 Yankees. That will score Cody Bellinger. Stanton now has 2 hits tonight. And that ball was smoked. That is very good. Very, very good. I'm going to get that up on Yanks Ab. We have a 6-0 lead now here on opening day. And, dude, there's many, you know, with Stan, it's always about health, obviously, for the most part. Like, when he's been healthy, outside of 2023, he's always been good. Like, if he's healthy, he's going to produce. So, you know, seeing that he's in the lineup, you figure he'll be a force. But, I mean, that's just awesome, especially coming off what we saw last year. It wasn't just, oh, Stanton was good, and then he clutched up when you needed him to. It was, no, legitimately, like, that was the best, truly the best Giancarlo Stanton last year since his 59 home run year with Miami before we got him. Anyways, let me get that Stanton clip up. Reminder again, I have to download clips tonight because it's the Netflix broadcast. And that's a shame in this case because normally I would do all those hits. I would do the Bellinger single, Rice single, then Stanton. Jazz to the right side. Let's see. That will not be a double play if Jazz beats it out, which he does, and the ball gets away. That might score a run. Looks like it will. Ben Rice is coming in. 7-0 Yankees lead. Jazz pulled the ground ball to first, and it was thrown to second for the force out. They got the runner at second. Threw back to first, not in time. Jazz beat it, but it was a bad throw. That allowed Ben Rice to score. So 2 runs scored in the inning, 7-0 Yankees lead. Let me get these clips downloaded. This has been a very enjoyable opening day so far. Just let me download these clips. Just bear with me, yo. And back to Cabellero. Is this Caballero's? This is his third at bat.
That's a tough play to field it, throw, and get back to first.
I had a point, but I'll just give me a second.
But Schmidt's been incredible. He started as a third baseman. He can play short. Got really good at second.
Yeah. So who's their everyday first baseman, or is it Devers? He's just DHing today for the Giants. Whatever. Not my problem, you know. My first baseman's Ben Rice. And he had a very nice pick before. That's scoop, man. Oh, there's so many things to talk about with this game. And we still got half a game left. Anyways, 1-1 on Caballero. Popped him up. That will be there for a rise. Nice and easy. 1 away. Or excuse me, 2 away. Runner on first. That is Jazz.
From official jerseys to memorabilia, scan the QR code on the screen or visit MLBshop.com.
Trying to download these clips, man. Which I never usually do.
2025 season. And that's get to him for 7 runs.
2A, here is McMahon, who is 1 for 1 with a 2-run single and a walk. Which I don't think we've seen. Have we had a ground ball to third base today, chat? Like on defense, is McMahon? I don't think McMahon's gotten a ground ball yet. 1-0 on McMahon. I'm about to get these 2 clips up. Jazz gets back to first. Hey, Jazz, take off, yo. Give me a little stolen base action, huh? You want 50-50? It cracks me up thinking about Jazz and like trying to go up to 50-50, which, you know, that's whatever. I don't care about those quotes whatsoever. If anything, I find them irritating. But I just crack up thinking like, yo, if Jazz were to ever have the power of like, say he hit the 50 homers, you even just think 40-40. If Jazz hits 40 homers, he could be at 27 stolen bases, let's just say, entering September. You know he's running, yo. He'll get to 40-40. As long as the homers are there, he'll be running. And rightfully so. He's freaking fast as hell. Jazz, there he goes. Speaking of the devil. And he is in there. Safe first stolen base of the year for Jazz Chisholm Jr. Ball got by in the center field, but he stays put. Stolen base for Jazz. I believe that is, yeah, that's the first stolen base of baseball this year. First on either team. Hell yeah.
Well, he's on a pace for 162.
So runner on second, 2-1 now on McMahon. Swing and a miss, 2-2.
2-2 to McMahon. Not to mention, a stolen base on Patrick Bailey's watch is something to put in your cap. This is one of the
Cabellero scored on? No, who scored on the Jazz thing? That wasn't Stanton, was it? Was it?
Yeah, and I mean, most of the time when you get a jump like that,
I'll just leave it 7-0 Yankees.
Most of the time it's on the pitcher.
Just I don't want to be old news. No, nah, he might have won. Yeah, he went. That's all good, McMahon. Shake it off, pal. You're having a great day. You're having a great day, my friend. I think my Verizon 5G Ultra is faster than my Wi-Fi. Which word? Yo, so last year before opening day, and now we, by the way, go on to the bottom of the 5th. It'll be 8-9-1 for the Giants. I'll fix the box score and all that in just a moment. Bailey, Bader, Arise. Freed, of course, back out for the 5th. Last year, right like before opening day, like sometime in the winter, I actually getting into an Uber, and I was with Ryan Cohen that night. I dropped my phone and it shattered to the point where like it actually was like not working anymore. So right before opening day, I got a new phone. It was an iPhone 15. I got like added a new line, free deal. I knew I was probably getting screwed. I used to work at Verizon. I know how it works. I just had to get in, get out, get a phone before opening day last year. But I told the lady, I'm like, all right, this new line though, make sure I'm on the premium plan, like with the upper data, the data that's fast. I got to be on that. I said, like, ma'am, I have a Yankees fan page. I need the fast data, which I was already paying for my other phone. Then I added a new line for the deal. And she said she put me on the new plan. I go into Verizon the other day because I don't really like that phone all that much. I used to always have, like, the Pro Maxes, and it is a difference. And, like, my girlfriend, she has the Pro Max or the Pro. And, like, it's, dude, the iPhone 15 to the Pro, it's like, it felt like a difference. And also, you know, opening day, I wanted to treat myself, whatever. I got a new phone the other day, the iPhone 17 Pro Max in Yankee blue, no big deal. The dude goes through my account, and he's like, yo, your high-tier plan that you're paying for on my old line, or that I'm paying for on one of my lines, is on the old line, the one that I don't even use anymore, because that line is like basically a dead line. It's a ghost line. And on the new phone, the one I got from this lady, who said she put it on the premium plan, I was on like the base plan, while still paying for the premium, just on a line that isn't in use. And I was like, yeah, my data's been slow as hell. Which fortunately now is not the case, because that guy took care of me. He was a good-ass dude, yo. And he's a John Boy fan, too. He says he recognized me. But it wasn't until after I showed him my walk-off grand slam against Jimmy. Which I don't typically do at places I go to, but it came up. And he's a big fan of John Boy. So I was like, yeah, I've taken him deep before. I love John Boy. As in Jimmy. I just call him that because that's how you guys probably know him as. You may think I'm talking about Jimmy Norp. Jimmy Norp I don't love. Just kidding. I love him so much that I don't love him. Just kidding. He doesn't play blitzball with me enough, though. He went to frickin' Detroit for a week, and I had nobody to play with. Okay, here we go. The clips are all posted on Yanks ad, by the way. Again, I hate to keep mentioning this, but I just really want to make sure everybody knows it's like new around here. Not that I take too much pride in this, but like normal broadcast, not on Netflix and this weird shit. Like Yanks ad is the fastest to get clips up. Anybody in the chat that's like an OG, which majority I think kind of are, vouch for me here, please. I am usually pretty freaking quick at getting the Yanks ad clips up. Today though is an exception. Anyways, oh, Manfred's in the booth. See, this I actually don't mind for a couple of different reasons. One, it's relevant. Two, Manfred is in the booth, so they're not having a split screen set up. I still have a score bug. And three, I could actually be relatively interested in what McMahon, him too, but what Manfred has to say. 2-1 on, who's up? Bailey. Let me fix the box score. And then chat, I'm going to be checking in on you guys soon. Oh, see, this I don't care about. I don't care about when Manfred fell in love with baseball. I want to know about, like, what the plan is. He's retiring soon. Isn't this Manfred's last year? Oh, he saw a Yankee game. Very good. Okay. I'd like my words stripping from the record.
He hit 2 home runs in the game.
Of course he did.
He actually hit a home run from each side of the plate. So, yeah, it was a
strike, good cutter. Dude, or slider, I guess. Dude, I tell you, pitchers these days throwing these sliders so hard, you don't even know if it's a cutter or a slider. I ain't complaining, though, no matter what. Nice pitch. Let me get the Giants thing in here.
Full count to Patrick Bailey, 3-2. Now you got to answer Cece's questions. These are the hard ones.
My main statement.
Ground ball up the middle. Right there is Jazz, perfectly shifted to the right of second base. Over to first, 1 away. Bailey grounds out. So Fried right now is...
You know what? I took one rule from the WBC, which was...
2 hits allowed through 4 1/3. I want to look into... I guess I'll do it on this computer. No, I'll do it on this one. Oh, what a life. Not really. They're all financed on my Apple Card. I'm not rich. In fact, I'm quite idiotic with money. So stop sending me money. I'll just use it for DoorDash. Popped him up. Bader, first pitch swinging. Infield, drifting over his Jazz. He's got it. Way to be. 2 away. I want to check the Giants' outlook offensively this year and what their projected offensive WAR was. Yes. Where do you rank in projected O-WAR? No, I don't want your roster resource. All right, any guesses, chat, on where the Giants rank entering this year via Fangraphs projections on offensive WAR? Let's see. I'll give you a hint. They are in the bottom 15. Wait a second. No, excuse me. I apologize. I sorted it incorrectly. Oh, no. Okay, so the Giants are projected at least. And this just get a vibe. Dude, how quick was that inning from Fried? That was less than 10 pitches. Arise grounds out. Fried is through 5 scoreless. So for the line, 5 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 4 Ks. And yo, let's put a pause here because we've been talking about it all day. Will Fried give us 5? Will Fried give us 6? Looks like he's giving us 6. Knock on wood, we'll see. But he is now through 5 at just 73 pitches. Looking really good. I mean, dude, it would be really nice. I know it's a 7-0 game, but it's different on opening day. You want to just establish roles early. We know what the roles are for the back end. You figure Cruz the 7th, Duvall the 8th, Bednar for the 9th. I would like to just play it straight like that, even if it's 10-0. Maybe that's foolish. I don't know. Because I guess at that rate, you would want to see Cadewind Quest. So take it back. Don't take anything I say as valid. Don't take that run scored as valid. I left that button on. Anyways, the Giants, going into this year, projected to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The 11th best team offensively in baseball in projected offensive WAR. And here's the rankings through the Giants. Dodgers 1, Yankees 2, Mets 3, Mariners 4, Blue Jays 5. So that's your top 5 projected offensive WAR per team, by team ranked entering this year. Top 5, Dodgers, Yankees, Mets, Mariners, Blue Jays. Then Orioles 6, Cubs 7, Braves 8, D-backs 9, Padres 10, Giants 11. The only reason I bring this up is no matter what, Fried's pitching well, and that's to be celebrated, but it's not a bad lineup by any means. Not at all. Pretty solid lineup, actually. Didn't they do... What else did they do this off? Didn't they get somebody else? Or am I just thinking of Bader? Or they got Rise. Yeah, they got a Rise. The Giants are always just in the same spot, I feel like, where it's like, meh. They might be good. They might be decent. But it's like the most... In terms of the vibe of the Giants, it's just so 500. Like, every year. And like this team, too. Like... Who was the rotation past Webb? Yeah, I'll do some research. Chat, I'm going to pull you guys up in the 7th. So I'm not ignoring you. Projected pitching WAR. I know some of you guys don't care about this, but just to give you like a general idea of what their outlook is going into this year. So we mentioned they were the 11th, projected to be the 11th best offensive team in baseball. Pitching-wise, though, they are projected to be the 23rd ranked team in pitching. So their pitching is projected to be bad, where their offense is supposed to be pretty good. And again, the only reason I'm mentioning that thing is just to put in perspective. Fried isn't just throwing 5 scoreless on opening day against a bunch of scrubs. Anyways, let me fix up the box score here. We are on to the top of the 6th. So now we're getting into, obviously, the latter part of this game, the second half of the game. Before we know it, we'll be in the third act. But we got 9-1 then top. No, excuse me. 9-1 then 2. Wells, Grisham, Judge. Still have not had our first home run of the season yet. In general, either team. The Giants haven't gone deep either, obviously. Is Fried's owning. Swing and a miss, 1-2. This guy's got a nice splitter. Win. Hello, Win. K-Win, what's your name? What's your first name? Who is this man? He's got a nice splitter. I may be interested in his services. I'm going to fix the box score in 2 seconds. We got a 1-2 count on Wells. 2-2. Chat, I'm having more thoughts on the Netflix broadcast. Again, you know how I feel about the live, I'm Cam, all that shit I've been complaining about, and I will always feel that way. It's a national broadcast problem. They all do it, so I've kind of just I expect that sort of thing. But in terms of my main ask going into this game, which was just make sure I'm able to watch the game. I think Netflix has been a pretty good broadcast so far. I don't know how you guys are feeling. We'll have to talk about that next time I pull up the chat. But I'll ask you this question, chat. You're forced in this scenario to watch a national broadcast. From what you've seen so far, would you rather it be on Netflix or on Fox? My answer right now is clear. I'm leaning Netflix. Through 5 innings at least. It's really no question. And it's a very simple thing when you do the commentators, Vasgersian versus Joe Davis. But even take the commentators aside, just broadcast. Oh, Wells with a decently driven ball. Right field. It's probably going to hook foul or it could be gone. No, God damn it. Sorry, that was my first one. I apologize. I have a Holy Bible on my desk. I don't mean any disrespect. I'm trying to work on that word. Sometimes it slips out. But Wells, that had the distance. But it was just foul. At the very least, it would have been off the top of the wall. What a little, that was just like a little, pull poke swing. It was cool. I don't know if that would have been gone or not. It hit off the top of the wall and bounced back in. That probably depends on the Giants' individual stadium ground rules or whatever. But anyways, 3-2 count on Wells. I'll get the Giants pitching lineup after this. Wells in the World Baseball Classic, 4 for 15. A couple homers, too. Good eye, Wells. Really good eye. Leadoff walk. Now listen. At this rate, you like to figure the Yankees are going to take opening day. You don't know, but I feel pretty good about the game. I'm not stressing that. So, me freaking going, let's go, Wells, on a game we're up 7-0. It's just now, at least for that very at bat, it's like an individual perspective of just Austin Wells. That is a great eye he just displayed. And he has 2 hits. Now Grisham with a rip. Decent to right field. That ball is going to be caught. Damn it. Jung-Hoo Lee makes a catch at the warning track. Grisham kind of smoked that ball. I would say that if I had to guess, probably around 105 miles an hour. I could be exaggerating. We'll see. But, oh, man. If Grisham had another hit and it was another barrel, that would have been great. But he already had his 2-run triple. I guess I shouldn't get greedy. Anyways, with Wells, he has 2 hits and then a really, really impressive walk right there. Again, we talk about it all the time, and it applies to Wells, it applies to Cabellero, it applies to McMahon. I'm looking for one of the 3 in the bottom third to ascend to the next level, whatever it is in their respective situation. For Wells, it's, if we can get him with his defense to an above-league average bat, which last year, I know I like WRC Plus a lot, but it's easy to understand. 94 WRC Plus Wells had last year. He was 6% worse than a league average hitter. Let's say we bump that up to 105. That means he's 5% better than a league average hitter. I mean, even just that little jump would do wonders in the regular season, but that's not so much the issue. The regular season, the Yankees are going to score, that's going to be fine. But in the postseason, a realistic ask to try to get us to where we want to be is not get rid of strikeouts. Yes, guys should have two-strike approach, but homers are also very important. Judge 1-2. Runner on first, 1 out, 1-2 count. If we had one of those bottom three, whoever the bottom third is in the order, and right now it's Cabellero, McMahon, Wells, one of those guys take a leap forward. And if it's Wells, like that will transcend the lineup, especially come the postseason. Nope. Splitter low. So we got 2 balls, 2 strikes on Judge. Runner on first. That's Wells. Wells is off first. 1 out. Top of the 6th. 7-0. The New York Yankees lead. Yankees versus Giants. I mean, that is a tale as old as time. It really is. Really is. I won't go into a history lesson. I'm sure many of you guys can give the history lesson better than I even can. But, the Giants were the shit way back when the league was first popping off, in the National League or whatever. And the Yankees, when they were first up and coming, forgive me if I have this story exactly right. Again, this is where I defer to you guys because, I started watching in 2011. But the Giants were the shit. And the Yankees, when they were coming up, would play in their stadium. They would play in the Polo Grounds. And eventually, I believe, coinciding with the emergence of Babe Ruth, I would guess, unless I'm 99% sure the timing of what I'm saying adds up here, the Yankees started to outsell the Giants at their own stadium, at the Polo Grounds. And then Giants owners, damn it, Judge! It's fine. I don't care. I didn't need him to strike out 4 times today, though. Because you know what it is? I got a 7-0 Yankee lead right now. Let's just say they go on to win this game 7-0, just for argument's sake. The first thing that's going to be mentioned to me when I walk in the office tomorrow is, oh, Judge 4Ks, though. He sure looks ready. Which, as much as I try to be thick-skinned, that stuff does bother me. And I know who's going to come from. It's going to come from Ryan Cohen. It's going to come from Cabron. 2 gentlemen who I'm very fond of, but not when it comes to their criticism of our ball club chat. Dude, the WBC, the last couple games were hell for me. But I got your back, Cap. It's all good. Run on first, 1 out. Here's Bellinger, who he's 1 for 3, had a single in his last at-bat. Anyways, to wrap up the thing about the Giants, the Yankees were outselling them at the Polo Grounds. And that pissed off, from my understanding, the Giants ownership got pissed off about that and kind of told them to get lost. And they built the new Yankee Stadium. The Yankees, I know they faced the Giants in the World Series, but I believe in the 20s, soon after that whole situation, I believe one of their World Series wins came over the Giants. So, not so much as of late, but long term, the very big picture history of the Yankees, the Giants are very significant part of that. 0-3, strike 3. Bellinger down, swinging, all good. Okay, so this win guy, I will be following your career with great interest. Who said that quote, chat? Chancellor Palpatine in 1999, something along those lines. Anyways, that Kin guy, he's pretty good. Write his name down, chat. We got to make sure we do that because we're gonna want relievers come July, and I want to know. I want to make sure I have guys that I like. And that Win kid, he's got a good splitter, man. He can sure twirl the ball. Okay, let's get back to business though here. Chat, I'm gonna pull you guys up after this half inning or at some point in the 7th inning. I apologize for neglecting you so much before. Won't happen again. But how's everybody doing, yo? We chilling? Box score's good. The audio's all good. How's the audio been today, by the way? Are we last year we were popping a lot. If I would scream, we would be it sounded like it freaking, I don't know, we were talking from Mars all of a sudden. My mic wouldn't work. Well, I have updated that since to a spot where we shouldn't have any issues with mic popping. Audio should all be good. If it's ever a case where, the commentary in the background is too loud, let me know. Because one, that could be annoying too. It's not supposed to be the main part of the stream, obviously. But always let me know. And, more when I'm not in the chat. Usually always relays the message, so. Shout out to Morg, man. Shout out to all you guys. But anyways, let's see what the deal is here. So, of course, Fried will be back out for the bottom of the 6th. This is crazy. We're about to be done with the bottom of the 6th. And then we get to the 7th. The 7th is where it's okay, we're entering the 3rd act of tonight's game. And obviously, so far, so good. But there's a good chance this is Fried's last inning. I mean, he's at, let's see, pitch count-wise, what was he at? 70-something pitches? 73 pitches Fried will enter this game in. Or game with. This game. What am I saying? Am I falling off? 73 pitches he'll enter the 6th with, and he's facing 2, 3, and 4 for the Giants. Chapman, Devers, Adames. For the 3rd time. This could be a very interesting inning, chat. No matter what, I'm not stressing about it, but now we're just looking at it, again, from an individual standpoint. I want Max Fried to finish strong. You figure this will be the inning where probably wraps him up. And He's facing Chapman, Devers, and who did we say? Chapman, Devers, and who?
Back from McCovey Cove, our guest, pretty familiar with that little tract of space.
Arise, Chapman, then Devers. All right, let's do it. Bottom of the 6, yo. Bottom of the 6. Fried officially back out there, obviously.
Welcome Barry Bonds into the booth and Joy John's pregame show. Barry, that looked like you guys were having fun out there.
We had a good time. I think it was really good. The three of us worked together. We worked well.
What's up, Bonds?
Get a picture. You gotta get a picture of it.
By the way, 1-1.
It's not hard to talk baseball, right?
To the game. What do you watch?
Box score's all good. We got a 1-1 count on Matt Chapman. 7-0 Yankees lead, bottom of the 6.
Right? His first game, things are happening. Really, I saw the first and third, less than 2 outs. Really should have got that.
Outside, 2-1.
The Giants
Change up.
hit him at that time. Aaron, I don't know. I think seems like he's thinking a little bit too much up there at the plate right now, instead of just letting it go.
Who, Chapman?
We can't analyze game one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I respect Barry Bonds' opinion, but we can't really make an analogy. Jazz, recover. Oh, wait, that was a line drive in the air. Jazz bobbled it and then recovered for the out. I thought that was a ground ball. Damn, what the hell was that? So it's one out. Chapman lines out. Did that hit Jazz's wrist? That's it, Chapman? I mean Jazz's. No, he just kind of in between it a little bit, and it popped up. Yeah, the heel of the glove popped up, and then he just caught it bare hand. That's pretty awesome. Way to be, Jazz. See, that's the thing. Like, Jazz just does shit like that, yo, where it's like, it's so obvious how just good he can be and, like, how naturally talented he is. And then you get at the whole, like, remember last year, I'm doing 70% effort, not in, like, a lazy way, but he thinks, like, the classic, oh, don't swing hard. The less pressure you put on yourself, like, the better you'll be. That sort of vibe. So it wasn't, like, a lazy thing, but, like, a big story last year was Jazz swinging 70%, and he said it helped him a lot, and it definitely did. There is like a similar vibe in a way to like Robbie Cano, where it's like Jazz is so good, but less polished than Robbie Cano. So it's like the smoothness, the nonchalant really does play when things are going well. But then there's times where it's, Jazz will make a silly mistake, and that's the one thing I really want to clean up. That and Devers with the drive. Let's see what this is. Judge is right there. He makes a play 2 away here in the 6th. So 2 quick outs, hard hit outs. But who cares? 2 outs here in the 6th. The 2-strike approach stuff, like Jazz, like that's a rare case. While I will apply it, McMahon we know has to reduce the strikeouts. That's an in general thing, not just with 2 strikes. But it's like I criticize Jazz a lot, I know, and I'm just talking about like his on the field stuff right now, like because I think he could be so much better. Now the one area where I'm legitimately like he bothers me is there's really only ever one instance actually where Jazz has bothered me, and it was the back turning after Game 1 of the Wild Card Series last year when he didn't play, which I totally understand him being upset about not playing. That's fair, all well and good. You don't turn your back on the media, because then Judge had to deal with it, Judge had to address it, it was a whole thing. That's not what the Yankees do. So like stuff like that, I'll never be able to excuse. But that was just a one-time instance with Jazz. Like there's no issue there, but Jazz is already really good. He could be so good, though. And another pretty hard hit ball, but lined right to Aaron Judge. So the Giants, with their, I guess you could say, yeah, their 3 best hitters, all hit the ball pretty well, but nothing to show for it. And Fried is now scoreless through 6. Pitch count-wise, he's at 82. I mean, dude, we can't say that's definitely it for him. Obviously, regular in, when we're far along into the season, or even just like next week, like, if not already, Fried will be built up to 100 pitches. But, early on, sometimes you'll see week 1, a guy will only go 90 or whatever it is, because they're still kind of like building up to a degree. And like with Cam tomorrow, or Cam on Friday, with him it's because of back inflammation, but like we know he's only going to be at like 70 to 75, 80 pitches. Fried, I still don't know what the exact count is. Maybe you guys do. But he might be back out for the 7th. I'm going to go run and take a quick bathroom break, chat. I will be right back, though. Alrighty, we are back to it. So, a little recap of everything that's gone on so far. We got a 7-0 Yankees lead. It has been a, so far, fantastic opening day on many levels. Free, we just talked about. He is still currently pitching superb. We don't know if he's going to come out yet, but 6 scoreless, obviously, 4 Ks, only 2 hits allowed, 1 walk. And I'll fix the box score in a moment. It might just be ESPN needing to update. Let me mute this really quick. But, dude, offensively, I mean, we've talked about it a lot, but again, if you're just joining, a lot of promising stuff, particularly from guys that have question marks this year or just storylines surrounding them, and that is one, Trent Grisham. Well, he had a 2-run triple. He smoked the ball a couple times tonight. Jose Cabellero, now making a competition at shortstop. He had an RBI single. McMahon, we've talked a lot about him and what he's going to be in year 2 as a Yankee with the new adjustments, the shortened stance. He has had the 2-run single and a walk. Austin Wells, 2 for 2 with a walk. So all good things, man. All good things. And then soon, whether it's the 7th inning or not, if I had to guess, probably not. You figure Freed's back out for the 7th. He's only 82 pitches. What the heck? We'll get into the bullpen, and that opens up another storyline of things to watch. Anyways, here is Ben Rice. He's got a 3-0 count. Yeah, top of the 7th, 7-0 Yankees lead. It'll be Rice, Stanton, Jazz. ESPN, don't screw me, man. There we go. Bear with me, fellas. Lady fellas. 3-0. Called a strike, 3-1. Oh, come on, ESPN. Fix my shit. Nope. Did not go. No, yeah, he did not go. Leadoff walk for Rice. Runner on first. Yeah, he did not swing. All right, yo, the box score's kind of glitching out like a little bit when it doesn't display the batters. That means it's like freezing on ESPN's end. It'll fix itself relatively soon. And when it does, I'll have to recrop it, but that's okay. Just bear with me there. Also, Stanton, we didn't even mention him in that little recap. Because there's not really much questions about Stanton besides, if he's healthy or not, which right now he is, relatively speaking, but that's, how I feel about that. Anyways, he's 2 for 3 tonight. Smoked the ball to center field for an RBI single. Yeah, man, I mean, this is exciting stuff. And they did it against Logan Webb. I mean, what a start. Outside. Good call, Blue. Good eye. 2-0. 2-0 on Stanton. Runner on first. That's Rice. On deck is Jazz Chisholm Jr.
And it's been clean. And Giancarlo, I'm sure the Yankees are excited to see how on everything
2-1.
has just been coming off his bat hot.
And yeah, so chat, I'm going to pull you guys up after this half inning, I promise. You have my word.
Stanton 2 for 3 with an RBI tonight.
2-2. Nice slider. Who's pitching now? Oh, JT Brubaker. Get the heck out of town. How the hell are you? Former Yank. Was that last year he was a Yankee? Yeah, right? It wasn't 2024, was it? Yep, 453 home runs Stanton has entering play tonight. Yes, he did. All right, tough guy. Whatever. All right, Stanton apparently went around, went away. All good. But yeah, if Stanton were to stay healthy, what if he does? And, I mean, let's be honest. In a world where Stanton were to play, going along with what I'm saying here, but if Stanton were to play, let's just say 130 games. Yeah, he went. Let's just say he were to. Which in 2024, I think he was right around that number. Given the power we saw last year and how clearly he's still a very effective big league hitter, if not honestly getting better in terms of like the latter part of his career, like this era of Giancarlo Stanton, he's improving. Jazz base hit to right field. Is that the first hit of the night for Jazz? Yes, it is. So he's now 1 for 3. Nice line drive single to right field. First and second, 1 out for Caballero. Stanton could honestly hit, in a healthy season, he could hit 40 homers. And if he does, that's exactly what he is away from Lou Gehrig. 493 Lou Gehrig had and stands at 453. That, of course, is like will be on the all-time MLB rankings, not Yankee home run list. I think he's approaching, with Yankee home runs, Stanton, I think, is approaching 200 total as a Yankee soon. Anyways, yeah, first and second, 1 out for Jose Caballero, who is 1 for 3 with an RBI double. I keep saying single. They gave Caballero, and rightfully so, I just wasn't sure at the time, because it looked like it might have been on the throw, but that was an RBI double Caballero had. I keep saying single. Ground ball to short. Let's see what this is. This could be 2 if Cabellero doesn't hustle. And, well, he hustled, but double play. Inning is over. All good, Cobb. All good. We're up 7-0, yo. I mean, listen, one good game does not determine the answer to these questions that we have, which is, will Caballero really put up a fighting chance against Anthony Volpe? Won't take much. Good start tonight. McMahon, his adjustments. We talked about all this. Like, we're off to a good start. Obviously, though, like, this is going to take place throughout the entire season. When we watch the game on Friday, we'll be saying the same thing. And, like, before we know it, we will have, like, a decent sample size where we can kind of, you know, somewhat determine an answer of, like, where we're headed, which is this guy is improving. This guy is kind of on a breakout trend. Or, for all we know, like, just keeping it real here, like, for myself, make sure I understand, like, obviously it's just opening day. But so far, like, so good here. Offensively with pitching. And speaking of pitching, you got to figure Max Fried is coming back out. But I would not be shocked, or I wouldn't be deathly surprised if that did do it for him. But you figure he's going back out there. Only reason he wouldn't is because it's so early in the season. But, yeah, I mean, he's at 82 pitches. And he got through the tough part of the order. Yeah, I mean, it's Jung-Hoo Lee, Ramos, Schmidt. I mean, Fried's coming back out. So, yeah, 5, 6, 7 for the Giants. And let me pull up the chat, yo, and see how you guys are doing after I edit this box score. So, yeah, anyway, some more programming notes just to keep you guys in the loop. We were talking about this earlier, but Morning Yankee Show will be live tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. Baseball Today with Chris Rose and Trevor Plouffe. We are doing a show immediately after the game tonight. And that will be, ideally, I think, coming out tonight. So, if you're a fan of that show, which you should be, it's every day now, back to every day, 5 days a week. As of this Monday, there'll be a show out for Baseball Today tonight. So watch all that. And game highlights will be up. I just got to make sure my recording was all good with the Netflix recording. Anyways, chat, what is going on, yo? And, yo, first things first, shout out my guy, Leave, with another $10 super chat. Says, Dar, the offense, bro. I don't care that Judge has 4Ks. Yeah, me either. It's game one, facts. We did catch up, bro. I was at the Ferry in Hoboken 2 weeks ago for the WBC. Great area, great game so far. Go Yanks. Dude, it's in a good opening day so far. As for catching up, dude, you know I'm down. It's just this time of year is definitely tough for me. But always, you know, when you're in Hoboken, let me know. Somebody asked in the chat, Popo J-Rod says, what is this new grocery cart celly they're doing now? Is it the Yankees they're doing that? I didn't see that, but that you're concerning me a little bit, Popo. I really hope it's not. Was it bad? Was it like Blue Jays jacket-esque? I hope not. I didn't see that. Check Ryan Cohen's last tweet. I guess I will. I'll do that in just a second, Chris. And Chris, good to see you, man. Dan, we need your landlord to go on a stream. Oh, Mr. Luigi? Yo, Mr. Luigi. Yo, so there's a shortstop on the Cardinals. His last name is Sagasi. And that is actually Mr. Luigi's, like, nephew. Yeah. For one of those new around here, Mr. Luigi, he's like one of the OG characters on this stream. He's never been on it, but he's called me up before when I've been too loud. Great dude. My landlord the last couple years, old classic Italian man. Like he is one of the best people I know, and he's literally he's like a cartoon character. The dude's hilarious. But I'm sure at some point we will get a we'll get a Mr. Luigi phone call at some point. I mean, honestly, if Judge hits a single in his fifth at bat and doesn't go 0 for 4 or 0 for 5 with 5 Ks, we might be getting a Mr. Luigi call. Brother Dan is so damn good. Hey, Dalton, man, what's up, yo? Dalton from Tennessee. Good to see you, bro. Long time no see, man. I missed you guys, yo. Good to see you, Dalton. Dan, Bobes, what's up? Good to see you, too. Dan, what were your thoughts on Ryan Cohen room for the DR in the WBC? I actually gave him some shit for that. Legitimately so. I thought that was silly. But, you know, it's because he's so obsessed with, you know, the Padres, obviously. And they have Tatis, they have Machado. So I guess I get it, but I don't know. I didn't love it. But, hey, that's Ryan Cohen, yo. Besides that, he's a great guy. Anyways, yo, appreciate you guys so much for being here. I'm going to get back to watching the game now, but we'll do at least one more check-in to the chat before we get out of here, which will be at game's end. But anyways, Fried remains in the game. We got 5, 6, and 7 for the Giants. Jung-Hoo Lee will lead off. And, yeah, bottom of the 7th, Fried at throws 84th pitch, the 1-0. In there, called strike, 1-1. 94-mile-an-hour four-seam fastball. And box score is all good. Cool, we're chilling. Dude, the long hair on Fried, I mean, that is a look. And it's not just a little bit long. It is long to the point where prior to last year in the Devin Williams overhaul of the facial hair policy. Oh, who's up? Is that Bird? Jake Bird's up. Okay, cool. So it looks like next up we will see Jake Bird, either in this inning, if it goes long for Fried, or in the 8th. But that'll be interesting. So we'll watch his outing closely. But anyways, Fried's hair is long, bro. If not for the rule being, unfortunately, abolished, it's so long. Like he would have to cut that. I like it though. Fly ball to left. Ballinger is under it, nice and smooth. One away. Jung-Hoo Lee flies out. Fried now at 86 pitches, entering this at bat, which will be against who's up? Helio Ramos for the Giants. Oh, and that will do it for Max Fried. So let me get a picture ready. Boone is coming out to get him a fantastic opening day start. 6 1/3 innings pitched, scoreless, 2 hits, one walk allowed, 4 Ks. One more time. 6 1/3 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 4 Ks. 86 pitches. Hell of a job. Hell of a way to start this season. Max Fried, round of applause. Very good. I am going to get a picture of his outing to post on YankSav. But as always, yo, we got to do letter grade. We always do letter grades on here for every Yankee starter's outing. And in this case, the Fried, it's pretty easy. I mean, at the very least, it's an A. Now you can kind of get into the conversation of, can you give an A+ to a start that's not at least 7 innings? Sometimes I'll apply that logic, and with some guys, 5 innings scoreless could be, or 5 innings 2 runs in a certain situation could be an A+ outing. For an ace, it's different. Nothing to do with what Fried did here tonight. It's opening day. He's on a certain amount of pitch count. If we are applying ever a rule this season, which I could forgive and understand, of A+ is only 7 innings complete or later, valid. Today, though, obviously, it's opening day. He's not fully built up, and he was freaking great tonight. A+ for Max Fried. Yeah, 6 1/3 scoreless. Only 2 hits allowed. 1 walk, 4 Ks. Awesome. Better than his, remember his start last year with the Yanks wasn't great, but there was also some weird defense on opening day against the Brewers. Anyways, though, now it is time for Jake Bird, and here's where we get into the in-season auditions for the bullpen. And as we've discussed many times, myself and the entire fan base, legitimately so, that is the biggest concern with this team. So this is tryout number 1, player 1, reliever 1 of a guy that can make a very big impact this year, and you hope will, because there's a world where, obviously you could see things not going well, and it looks the way he did last year, Jake Bird, after we acquired him from Colorado. He had a week up, was brutal, Yankees sent him down. And they think a lot of that could have just been due to fatigue. Do with that what you will. But with that said, there's also a world, knowing the Yankees history, knowing Jake Bird's stuff, he could be our 7th inning guy in October. We don't know what the deal is going to be. Cadwin Quest, similar vibes. For all we know, he might be the next Luke Weaver. I mean, there's been so many instances of the Yankees transcending these relievers that you can't rule anybody out. And Jake Bird, his stuff alone is enough reason to get excited. But even a guy like Paul Blackburn, which do I think Paul Blackburn's really going to be that good? No, but I can't doubt the Yankees in that regard. But I do think they're banking on a little too. I would have liked to have gotten a reliever. Anyways, here is Jake Bird. He comes in with 1 out, and it'll be Helio Ramos and Casey Schmidt he'll be facing. He got a 1-2 count on Ramos. I got to post this Max Fried post, but I want to make sure I'm seeing all his pitches.
Opening day starts of 6+ innings with 2 or fewer hits and no runs allowed.
1-2 count, Bird to Ramos. The pitch. Oh, wow, that slider was moving. Sweeper, excuse me. Outside, 2-2.
Sit next to. So it's awesome to see him be able to do that. But Max is just coming to New York and been himself, been accountable. I think that's the biggest word that
2 balls, 2 strikes.
When we talk to him.
Fried retired 16 of his last 18 hitters face. Very nice. All right, let me see Bird. Fried, you look great. Let me see Bird. Netflix, cut back. Thank you.
Having a chance to go out and win 19 games last year.
The 2-2. Oh! Ring him up. 95-mile-an-hour sinker, baby. Bird, 1 up, 1 down via the strikeout. Very good. And that'll bring up Casey Schmidt. Max Fried.
He's relaxed. He's a California kid that has kind of a more relaxed vibe. But when you love to pitch and you're studying and you're smart, you just help everyone around you. And what a tone he set.
And he's standing right next to Will Warren right there, and that's rubbing off on him. And
strike, Cam.
It's just great when you have that type of accountability from your superstar.
Right, so Fried was 6 1/3.
And it just rubs off on everybody.
2 hits,
So a two-gone, here's Casey Schmidt hit by a pitch and hit into a fielder's choice tonight.
No runs, 1 walk. Nice pitch. Little slider inside that came back over the plate. Nubs it over to Jazz. Over to first. Inning over. Okay, very good Bird. Just 2 batters, but so far so good. You'll hear me saying that a lot early on. You might just see him come back out for the 8th. I mean, that's probably what we should do. But anyways, 2 up, 2 down for Bird. Strikeout looked good. The Mando movie. I'm sure we'll talk about that at some point. Not right now, though. It's baseball vibes. I don't want to get into Star Wars just yet. You guys know I'll be yapping. 4Ks.
No one goes to Hank's for his spreadsheets. He doesn't sell them. He does sell a darn good slice. When business slowed, Hank decided to bring back the $1 slice. He just asked Copilot in Excel to help make it.
Bang. All right, Freed's final line has been posted.
You gotta try this place kind of thing. Hank makes the
Awesome. Okie doke. Let's see. You know what, chat? I'm going to pull you guys up again, yo. How you guys doing? How is everybody doing? Let's see here. Let's see what you guys are up to, yo. Give me some thoughts. Anything I haven't mentioned that maybe you guys think I should talk about from this game so far? Yeah, like Luna says, drop a like in the stream if you could. I don't think we mentioned that. Yeah, if you're in here and you could drop a like, please do. Frosty says small sample size, but those pitches were moving, dude. Facts. I mean, the sinker looked really good, but with Bird, if you go by like the stuff plus, which is grades, you know, the individual effectiveness of a certain pitch in terms of like movement. What they really love is that sweeper, the slider slash sweeper, whatever you want to call it. I think it is a sweeper. He threw only a couple of those because it was a short outing, at least so far, and one of them was a ball, the one that I reacted to. Like, that thing went from, it started almost near, like, the inner corner of the box, like it was going to hit the right-handed batter's elbow, and then completely ended up being a ball because it moved so much into the left-hander's batter's box. I mean, that was 100% Frosty, 100%. Small sample size, but yeah, that shit was moving. Iran says that slider has bite, yeah. Mork says Bird is the word, hell yeah. Hell yeah. On Freed, Jay Bordeaux says, A- only because the first inning was the scariest part of the game. I respect the logic. I'm being like easy because it's opening day. In the end, 6 2/3, scoreless. Whether you say A-, I say A+, A. Like, I think we're all on the same general vibe. But word up. Gavin Boone. No relation. At least I don't believe. I think I've asked you before if there's any relation, Gavin. I think you would tell me if there was. Says, yo, Dan, the Yanks are going all the way this year. I believe. Me too, brother. I mean, you know what my answer's going to be. First time sub going. Oh, hell yeah, Jerome. Welcome, brother. Good to have you here. And a reminder, guys, I need the Spider-Man Super Chat answered. Spider-Man Super Chat? What you talking about? Spider-Man hit me up? Okay, I see the Super Chats. All right. I'm going to get to these Super Chats right after this half inning. Because I want to make sure I'm not ever missing game time this year, but I also want to make sure, with that in mind, I'm not rushing through your guys' donations ever. Because that would be pretty effed up. And I actually want to address one of the comments. So the Super Chats, the thing about I will get to that. But anyways, we're in the top of the 8th chat. They're showing Jameis Winston, who's a great guy. Cool. Oh my God, the scorebug's gone because they're split screening. Anyways, it's top of the 8th, 7-0. McMahon's up. It'll be McMahon, Wells, Grish. I do like Jameis Winston, but I like a lot of people right now. I mean, I like Elvis Presley a lot. I would not opt for them to bring him back from the dead and have him do a spot on opening day. I just wouldn't.
So I just stayed inside the block. I came back in the zone as long as possible. And I hit it right over second base in the head for a single. But man, one thing I got a question for you.
He is a funny guy, though.
They were gonna take me out to a ball game, but typically don't they come with peanuts and crackers?
You know, I might give Jameis Winston a pass because I do like him. Wells in the left center field, but Bader's under it, right in front of the warning track in left center. 2 away, a quick 2 outs. All of a sudden, this game is speeding up. This third act here, Chad, is going quick. Oh shit! I'm gonna get a post game ready as the bottom of the 8th is going on. The second this inning concludes, I'm gonna get to those super chats. And I appreciate you guys so much for being here, just in general, super chats or whatever. Like, I've missed doing this so much. I mean, this is just what we do, yo. We watch Yankee baseball. That's what we do. Me and you, us. It's an us thing. Here's Grish. But yeah, so you probably know by now, we've mentioned it a million times, but the Yankees are off tomorrow. We have to all kick back, watch a full opening day slate of games, and, you know, no pressure, whatever. Yanks are back on Friday for Cam Schlittler's season debut. We'll be live, of course, watch party Friday night. That game's going to be on Yes. Is it Friday night or is it the afternoon? Why do I feel like Friday's game is in the afternoon? I know Saturday's game on Fox is at 7:15. All Fox national broadcasts are always 7:15. Yanks play at 4:35 on Friday, bro. I mean, that's fine. I'll be watching. So we'll be live probably around 4:15 on Friday. But in the meantime, remember, the Morning Yankees show will be live tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. We'll recap this game and we'll be chopping it up. Are these the two like wrestlers or whatever? See, this is stuff I don't really care about. Jameis Winston, he's so likable I can tolerate, but like I don't know who these two guys are. Grisham grounds out to the right side, and that will end the 8th inning. So we go to the bottom of the 8th, and I didn't see anybody warming up, and you kind of figured Bird's outing was so quick in the 7th that he'd come back out for the 8th, and I want him to. I want to see what he's looking like. Because he looked good last inning. Anyways, let me pull it up here. There was a super chat, a couple of them I want to... Okay, so first things first. I think the last one we mentioned was Sebastian, my friend from Japan, who sent me yen. Badass. The next up after that is Luke Groundwalker, my guy, with another $5 super chat. Thanks so much, Luke. Says, Dan, you need to turn off your hardware acceleration in your browser, and then you can record clips from the input. I record from browsers using OBS. So, Luke, you definitely know ball. I actually did that just before coming on the stream tonight. My boy Kyle let me know about that little tip, and it definitely worked to let me screen record off Netflix. But it might just be like an internet bandwidth thing or something, but like my feed is so choppy over here. I think my game highlights feed is good, which is one that I'm watching straight ahead from me right here. But my screen over here that I was planning on using for Yanks Av clips, it's just kind of funky. It'll get blurred from times, we cut it in and out. Although my internet connection is showing it's strong. I know what you're saying, though. Like that box, I did check that. I'm not too worried about it, though. In the end, like most of these games will be on MLB TV, and like it's so easy to screen record off that. So we just got to make do in the meantime. It's all good, but I appreciate you, Luke. And again, good to freaking see you, dude. Talk about an OG, man. Luke goes way back. And I appreciate the super chat, dude. Thank you so much. Popo J-Rod with a $20 super chat said, chat, over 200 people in here watching. Word. And only 59 likes. Do Dar this easy favor and like the video. Let's go, Yanks. Popo, hey, I wasn't going to say, although I think I did ask to like the video, but the way you phrased it, I wouldn't say it that way. But maybe one would argue it needed to be said. And Popo, I appreciate you, bro, for many reasons. Yeah, if you guys could like the stream, does help out a great deal. Not trying to beg or nothing, but if you could, would appreciate it. And Popo, thank you so much, dude. A $20 super chat, that is freaking crazy. I really appreciate you, dude. Like, that is awesome. Thank you so much. Another from Popo. Popo, I think I owe you some dinners. I owe you guys all like a meal, yo. Like, one day we're going to have a Yanks Av supper, bro. And obviously I'm buying. It'll be good, too. I won't be cooking, but we'll get something good. Anyways, Popo with another super chat. He asked the question that I wanted to address. Is your hold music Spider-Man? Yes, it is, Popo. So the standby screen music that you'll hear, there's 2 songs being played today. One is the costume montage from Spider-Man 1, 2002, when he's making his costume, obviously. Love that jingle. Speaking of making things, I gotta do my post-game soon. Oh my god, it's Brent Hedrick is in? All right, Brent Hedrick is in. Fly ball center field. Let's see what this is. Is this gonna be trouble? Nope, Grisham's got it. 1 pitch, 1 out. Brent Hedrick gets Patrick Bailey. So 7-0 Yanks, bottom of the 8th, now 1 out. Bird throws his 2/3 of an inning, had a strikeout, looked good. Now we got Brent Hedrick, which out of all the question marks with the Yankee relievers this year, like that tier of the bullpen, Brent Hedrick I'd say is probably the one I feel the best about, but nothing of the category we're talking about here. Like the guys past, Duvall, Bednar, for the most part, majority of our question marks, I feel good about Hedrick though, for the most part. Anyways, yes, costume montage. I have that Spider-Man song as a standby music for that one graphic I show. And then we also have the main title Spider-Man music from the Raimi trilogies, which of course is composed by Danny Elfman, legend. And listen, I listen to a lot of music. I'm not gonna really ever try to I'm gonna try to make sure I stay on track with the Yanks, because I'll yap about things a lot while still watching the game, but I don't want to be all over the place. But I will tell you this. I listen to a lot of music. I listen to some rap. I listen to some pop punk. I love pop punk, honestly. Like, there's still some artists that make some good, like, quote-unquote, like, punk rock music that I love. But my true favorite type of music, day-to-day, is instrumental, cinematic, epic shit from movies. Like Star Wars, the Spider-Man movies, particularly the Tobey Maguire movies. And, hey, the stream's still going, so I didn't get popped for copyright or nothing. So, yes. Your hunch was correct, Popo. That is indeed Spider-Man music. That's the whole good catch. Hell yeah. And hey, speaking of hell yeah, Brent Hedrick strikes out Harrison Bader. A really nice looking slider. I'm going to really watch that at bat. That was probably the least focused I've been during a bat tonight. But that's my bad. Anyways, strikes him out. Really nice slider. I saw that. Got Hader swinging. So we got 2 away. Back to the top of the order for San Francisco in Luis Ariz. Anyway, some more super chats. My guy Leave is just donating like crazy. Leave, you're the man. Pass the diving Jazz. Base hit for Ariz. That's okay. Good effort, Jazz. Jazz is really good at laying out for balls. Really good. Like, nothing he could have done there. That ball, like, if Jazz can't get a ball lunging for on a dive, I don't think really any second baseman can. Now, there's other issues Jazz will run into where it's like throwing a ball when he doesn't really need to. Like, last year's series against Boston was a perfect example. Like, he made a great play, which was huge. Still stands to be huge, given that we won that series. If Jazz didn't dive to stop that ball from going through the infield, a run would have scored. We may not have won that game. I think it was like Game 2 or Game 3 of the wild card series. But even in that same thing, it didn't cause us harm. But Jazz should have just held on to the ball after making a very great diving play. He chose to throw the ball to first, and thank goodness it didn't get by. I mean, that could have been a shit show. So it's like, this is the whole thing. Jazz is so talented and, like, whatever. I feel like every time I'm, like, roasting Jazz, I'm really just gassing him up. And, like, vice versa. Every time I'm gassing him up, I'm, like, also throwing a slight diss. It's because I love him. I love Jazz a lot. Anyways, Leave. Another $10 super chat. Oh, wait, my bad. I guess I read that one already, unless you resent that in. But Leave mentioned the offense, bro. Don't care about Judge having the 4Ks. Yeah, that one we did address, so maybe I was just out of order. If by chance you sent that again, Leave, I apologize. But also, you've supported, like, insane today. And no matter what, you're always supporting. I appreciate you so much. Also, speaking of supporting, Carl Butler doesn't say anything, just sends in a $20 super chat. And Carl, I recognize you. You're an OG, and good to have you back, brother. And thank you so much. Poopy Sure just sent in a $2 super chat. We don't need any more super chats, guys, but I do appreciate it. And I'm not trying to say that to be a punk, but it's just like, I'm trying to make sure you guys know how much I appreciate it. That's why I say, like, you don't have to send me super chats. So I hope that doesn't come off as rude. It's me making sure I come off as grateful, because I am. Thank you so much. Poopy Shore, I recognize you too. $2 super chat says, the movie Project Hail Mary has a good soundtrack. Well, that's good to hear. We won't do too much movie talk right now here on opening day. At some point, I'm sure we will. But I've heard great things about Project Hail Mary, and I definitely want to see that. And now that you just mentioned the music is really good too, only makes me want to see it more. Anyways, so what just happened here? I got to get locked in. Thank you guys so much for all the support. We'll do some more chat check-ins before the game wraps up, of course. But we got first and second 2 outs for Devers. So that was... So you had the Rise single, and then he just walked Matt Chapman. Okay, so let's lock in here. First and second 2 outs. Brent Hedrick versus Rafael Devers. Of course, a lefty-lefty matchup. You figure this sets Hedrick up for success. But there's also sample sizes. Like last year, he was actually better against righties than lefties, but it was such a small sample size. I say let's just watch. Let's watch and find out what's going to happen. All right, so here we go. Devers steps into the box. He is, what's he, 1 for 3. He had the bloop single. First pitch, a little bit low, 92-mile-an-hour sinker, 1-0. See, we're up 7-0, but I'm viewing this, again, individual moment. I would like to think like Hedrick and the Yankees calling the same way. It's like, forget the score. We got a first and second situation with Hedrick versus Rafael Devers. And it's a true test by default, but it's, you got a lefty on the bump for us in Brent Hedrick against one of the most feared lefty hitters in the game. If Hedrick gets Devers here, that'd be nice. Swing and a miss on a slider. Very nice slider. 1-2 count on Devers. First and second, bottom of the 8th. 7-0 Yankees lead here on opening day. Life is good. 1-2 count on Devers. CeCe's calling for the slider. Looks like Wells is too. He sets up. Hedrick throws. It is a slider, and Devers just pokes it out into center field, but guess who's right under it? Trent Grisham makes the catch. Awesome. Okay, so if we want to simply judge it by a scoreless inning, that's what Brent Hedrick did. Very good. Had a nice strikeout. There was a walk in there, as well as a Luis Ariz single, but I mean, scoreless innings is W by default, but just getting Rafael Devers there, that's very promising. So, hey, just one game, but that's all we can comment on. That's all we got. We'll do it day by day. So far, so good for the bullpen. Jake Bird looked really good. Small sample size. Brent Hedrick, pretty good. Small sample size, but again, that's all we got for right now. So that's what we'll judge it all off of. What an opening day so far. What an opening day. We have, the top of the ninth now coming up. Top of the ninth is coming up. And I have to get my pregame set up. So I'm going to do that right here. And I will show you guys what I'm working with. But, yeah, it looks like, you'd like to think at least, we're headed towards a 7-0 opening day W. I think that's pretty safe to say right now. Does that make me a jinx, Jeff, for saying that? Can I say that? All right. And by the way, for those who, and I'd like to think everybody who has Instagram does follow Yanks Av on there on Instagram and Facebook and all that. What do you guys think of the new pregame graphic? So I'm a fan. And again, shout out to Clo Dog. I have to do it on this computer actually. Ooh. Chat, you know the question. What am I about to ask, yo? What am I about to ask? This is what we do. Who should be the post-game picture tonight? Who's like, and that's basically saying like, as long as there's a good picture to accompany it, who's the player of the game? I go usually for the post-game picture, either player of the game or if there's a really badass picture. Now with Fried, he already got his post. So a lot of times I won't do the starting pitcher unless it's like an insane outing. Like when Cam did what he did against Boston, like he got the post-game, of course. Post-game picture. I might just try to find the coolest picture available from tonight, and then we'll roll with that. But offensively, who would you say is? I mean, dude, if I find a cool picture of Trent Grisham standing up at third after the triple, I mean that might be the route I go. Probably some hype Cabellero pictures. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I guess I gotta figure it out relatively soon because this game's about to be over, chat. This game's about to be over. Let me tell you, I've had a freaking blast. Hey, what's up, Cap? So we got some hitting left to do here still. We got Judge, ground ball left side. 0 for 5 opening day for Judge. That's okay, Cap. That's okay. It's gonna mean his average instead of being 345 is gonna be 341 come season's end. Who cares, Matt?
Yeah, just take a look here at the pitches. 2 on the changeup from Webb, a sinker, and
I might just roll with Free, to be honest.
The low one from Keaton went after a couple of splits, and this time tucks the first.
Or I can go with this picture of Stanton hit a single. I might just go with Stanton. Yeah, I like this. One away. Here's Bellinger inside.
First pitch to Cody Bellinger misses inside.
And Matty, as you were saying, the long road back, he was traded for Chris Bryant, and goes over to.
Oh damn! I totally forgot my score prediction. I don't think I said this on here, but I put in my post-game graphic ahead of time, and somebody asked me in the comments. I said 7-2 Yankees was my score prediction. So what I want, Chad, is 2 runs to be scored by the Giants in the ninth. I'm kidding. Good God, please understand. I'm kidding. I don't operate that way, even if I had a freaking bet in the game. Everything is about the success of the New York Yankees. Always is. Yeah, we're going to go with Stan for the post-game pick. I like that. I'd show you guys my new post-game graphic. Also, heavily touched up by the Clo Dog. See, Clo Dog is my girlfriend, yo. Not to be all freaking Hallmark on here, but I would show you guys right now, but I don't really have a way of doing so until I export. So follow Yanks Av on Instagram. You know the deal. It'll be posted the second the game ends. 3-1 on Bellinger. On deck is Rice. Bellinger 1 for 4. Yeah, he had the single. Rice also had a hit. Does Rice have 2 hits today? You know, let me fix the. I'm gonna get the Yankees box score up just for the rest of the way, so we can all kind of just review that as we close things up here. Ground ball to the right side. Arise flips over to first to get the hustling Bellinger. 2 away. I just made the stream naked. Naked stream. Yeah, we'll leave the Yankees box up so that way we can all just look at it. Yeah, Rice is 1 for 3. Had a walk though. Okay, cool. 1 for 3 of the walk. Yeah, Stan's gonna be the post-game picture. He was 2 for 4, ripped an RBI single, first hit of 2026 in baseball, or at least for the Yankees. First pitch to Rice in there, called strike. A little backdoor-ish slider, 0-1. What was I about to say?
Baseball struck out 4.
I forget.
Logan Webb, 6 earned runs of the 7 allowed in his final.
Yeah, how about that, man? I mean, I'm going to be really pumped about this until the very next game because then I'll forget about it. But on its own, like, this is a great start. But, like, what we did, this 7 runs and all those runs we were scoring early, like, that was against Logan Webb, bruh. I like that. Nope. Could take Rice. And, dude, an opening day win for your starting pitcher is just so clean. Like, I'm putting it in now. Fried, 1-0. I like that. Webb, good guy, but I'm sorry to do this to you. You're 0-1 after tonight. I'm not trying to jinx nothing. But in fairness, if they blew this lead, it would not be my fault. Or maybe it would. I'm stimming out right now, y'all. I'm having such a good freaking time. I got a long night ahead of me, though. I do. I got baseball today to record. Got a bunch to do on the Yanks staff side of things, but I ain't complaining. Not even about that strikeout from Rice. That's how good the vibes are. So let's go wrap this up, chat. Let's wrap this up. We'll see who's pitching the 9th. Maybe it'll be one of like the high leverage relievers. I'm not sure if we got a shot of anybody warming up. I doubt they're going back to Hedrick for a second inning. But maybe we'll do I don't know. Did we see anybody warming up, chat? Were we getting a little Cade Quest action? All right. I'm gonna give me like 30 seconds. I'm gonna step aside really quick. Be right back, and then we'll wrap things up in the bottom of the 9th. All right, chat, you want to see the post-game we're rolling with? If the score stands, which is currently 7-0, and I just want to re-explain all these rules because there might be some new people watching. I don't believe in jinxes, but I guess I respect them. I don't make my final post-game graphic until it's the 9th inning. I don't put the record in of, if they do. Like, I have 1-0 for the Yankees, 0-1 for the Giants. Once it gets to the 9th inning, I allow myself to do that. That's like kind of my rule. If you want anything more, I can't give you that. Anyways, here is our post-game for today. And again, shout out to freaking Clo Dog. Did I tell you guys I have a girlfriend now? Like, keep that in mind. But nah, I think it's pretty freaking sick. In fact, I'm quite a fan. What do you guys think? I assume your honest opinion would be that it's fire. Camille of all time, chat. Chat, knock it off. Put your shoes back on. We got Camilo Duvall. Bottom of the 9th, Duvall's season debut. Now, in the WBC, he was pitching for the DR, of course. He had me very excited. I tweeted this out, one of my rare tweets these days. It was when I was like, obviously I'm rooting hard for the U.S., and it was U.S. versus DR. And I'm strictly rooting U.S. But seeing the way Camilo Duvall was looking at the WBC, that had me hyped up. And here we go, induces a ground ball, and Cabellero boots it at shortstop. It's okay, shake it off. I'm annoyed because I want a smooth 1-2-3 for Duvall, and he just induced a nice, easy ground ball to Caballero. That is not going to be the norm. Caballero's a great defensive shortstop. Wash it. It happens. Although Cobb, I'm going to have to mention that on the morning Yankee show tomorrow. While I'm gassing him up, and they did a good start to his plan to take over Anthony Volpe's job. That's actually not a big deal. I wish it had to happen. More so, again, I just want Duvall to have a smooth inning. But what I was saying, Duvall looked really good, at least when I was watching him pitch in the WBC. And he is somebody that you definitely can't put him in the tier of, the guys like Bird and Hedrick, not by any means. Like, Duvall's a question mark, but he's not. What did we say in the morning Yankees show this morning? Not to keep plugging that away, but I'm kind of going to be doing that. Him being good is not. What did I say? It was kind of a bar. It was like Duvall being good is not a necessity. It's mandatory. It's like he's a question mark, but like we need him to be good. And if he is, look at that cutter, gorgeous. If he is good, and let's say we get another great year out of Fernando Cruz, and you feel really good about Bednar. Bednar's like the least. Bednar you feel really strong about. We need Duvall to be the guy that he has been for a majority of his career. I mean, the track record is there. And I got to mention this, because I like Mike Francesa a lot. I was listening to him last night, and he was mentioning that Duvall was like a disaster for the Yankees last year. Oh, no, excuse me. I take that back. I don't know if Francesa may have said that. It was Chris Rose this morning talking about Duvall losing his job with the Yankees last year, and he was so bad. Reminder, he finished the season last year with 7 straight scoreless appearances and was pretty damn good in the postseason. So he figured it out down the stretch. And there's really no job for him to lose. I mean, he was pretty much a setup man the entire way. It just went really rough early on after being acquired from the Giants. But whether it be the way he finished, the track record, which is really good, the stuff, obviously, Duvall should be good, but like we need him to be good. It's not a thing where, like I think Jake Bird could be good, and that's really promising out in the way he looked before, and like Brent Hedrick, whatever. There's a world where we can survive if Bird isn't great, because maybe Paul Blackburn is the next Luke Weaver, and it's like, all right, we need, I think, like one or let me pull the bullpen graph real quick, not to do a whole thing here, but like we'll put Cruz, Bednar, Duvall, Hill in one tier of like you feel good about / you kind of have to feel good about. Blackburn, Yarbrough, Bird, Winquest, Hedrick are in the tier of guys with upside, guys with knowing how the Yankees have operated previously. Like, you very well could see them being a guy that is one of the best relievers in baseball this year. Not every one of those is going to hit. You don't know if Paul Blackburn's going to be great. You don't know if Jake Bird over the long haul is going to look the way he did tonight. I would like to think, but unfortunately the Yankees are banking on this, that one or at least a couple of those guys will ascend the way the Yankees think they will. Again, they're banking on that, which is why I talk poorly about the bullpen. I don't like the way they handle the bullpen. I wish they got it in another legitimate arm. What I'm trying to get at here is, though, Camilo Duvall is already filed into that legitimate arm category, as he should be. So it's like a weird tier of, I expect him to be good because he is good, but it is still a question mark because how rough last year looked. Anyways, runner on first, 1 out. I'm going to, did I airdrop this postgame? I got to have this ready to go, bro. Because what if Duvall induces a DP here and that's the game? Ball gets away, nobody cares. Runner on second now.
Yeah, I mean, you look around the diamond at the Giants. I mean, they got a lot of veterans on the team, and if they play well, catch the ball, play good defense, and stay healthy, they definitely have a chance. But the Dodgers and the Padres being at the top, and like you said, the Diamondbacks, improving every year, it's going to be a tough. Both divisions are very, very good.
The backbone of any team is pitching and defense, and you're looking at Robbie Ray as well.
Let's go to Duvall. We got a 3-1 count against the 6-hitter Ramos. I'm just prepping my postgame still.
These are a lot of if they stay healthy, but Malley was 2-3-1, one of the best pitchers over with the Rangers with DeGrom and Eovaldi, but that's another huge arm. So they have the starting pitching to battle with anyone on a day-in and day-out basis.
3 balls and a strike to Ramos.
Ground ball, let's see. Over to short. No more DP. I forgot. The runner's on second. Over to first. Nice play by Cabellero and a nice play by Rice. I'm not sure if that was a scoop, but it was a pretty low throw because Caballero was on the run. Gets the out. 2 away. Run over to third. We are 1 away.
Now we'll take another look. Caballero gets another chance. Goes in there. One-hander kind of kicks up on the heel of the glove as well. Able to scoop it up. And Ben Rice, take that man to dinner. Scooping you another one.
He did scoop that. Did he? I'm going to watch the replay over here. I got to watch the replay again. Was that officially a scoop? Fly ball to right. Decently hit, but Judge is under it. A fantastic opening night comes to a close. I am posting this on Yanks Ave right now. Give me 1 second here, chat. Oh, damn, I got to have a Yankees win celebration music graphic to have ready. I'll have that ready for Friday. By the way, I have all the Homer graphics ready, too. Like, if Judge went deep tonight, it'd be a little bit of this. Anyways, Yanks take game 1 of the season. What a perfect opening day. I mean, besides Judge's over 4 Ks, which again, nobody really cares. It just means you're going to hit 341 instead of 345. There really was not a, like, literally judge aside, but truly, like, I'm not just making fun. Like, nobody cares. It's fine. Judge is judge. Was this like a perfect opening day? I mean, this was a great start to the season. And, like, no matter what, you get a 7-0 win. Like, that speaks for itself. But the way it happened with, I mean, even Fried I can put off the side. Like, I know Fried is good. We all know Fried is good. What was the biggest W tonight, man? I mean, Cabellero offensively looked good. McMahon, his at-bats were awesome. Wells had a couple hits. Stanton looked really good at the plate. But again, he's not a question just as health is. But like the bottom third of the order is the biggest X factor this year. And what a start this was for that conversation, because we got production out of the bottom third of the order. And Trent Grisham, too. 2-run triple. How about that? Anyways, Yankees take opening day. I have it now posted up on Yanks F. Oh, I didn't even think about this. So obviously, we didn't hit a home run tonight. And one of the first comments I see on Yanks F on Instagram is 7 without a home run feels really nice. Word up. And I agree, it feels nice, but like I'm happy that it happened because people are really going to enjoy that. The Yankees are playing small ball this year. Screw the long ball, yo. We don't need it. We'll manufacture runs. Anyways, let's wrap this up here. So yes, Yankees take opening day 7-0 over the Giants. We're off tomorrow. Back in action on Friday. That game's a 4 o'clock start, like 4:15 or 4:30. That's on Yes. We'll be live for a watch party for that as well, of course. In the meantime, though, we are going to be live tomorrow morning for the Morning Yankee Show, 8 a.m. Reminder, that's not on this channel. That's on the separate channel, the Morning Yankee Show. So hope to see you guys there bright and early in the morning. We'll have a bunch more coming out on Yanks Ave, including highlights. Bear with me a little bit on the time. It may not be as quick as they typically are because of the Netflix broadcast, but I'll get it all figured out. We got a lot coming out. Got to record baseball today right now with Rose and Plouffe. That'll be coming out tonight on Jam Baseball. But yeah, I mean, that's a wrap. I got to get out of here, but thank you guys so much for being here. Let me do a quick little final check-in with the chat, because you guys were awesome tonight. And first things first, let me go through a couple super chats here. Dude, Joey, you're insane. Joey, I mean, you know how I feel about you, but thank you so much. Sends in another super chat for $50, saying, excited for another season with you, chat. And Dan, as always, thank you for what you do for us fans. Hashtag Chase for 28. You can say that again, brother. Chase for 28. We've been saying that for a long time. That is like the longest, or the oldest hashtag of all time is Chase for 28. Dude, Joey, thank you so much for the super chat, for all your support. Joey's my guy, yo. Like, good ass freaking dude. Great dude. And not because you send me so much freaking money. Truly, like, you're a good ass dude. Love you, bro. And I'm glad you're here because you're one of the staples of this freaking chat. All you guys, like, this was awesome. I knew I'd be excited to be back tonight. Opening day by default is exciting. But this was just like, yo, I was back with my homies tonight, yo. And speaking of homies, Iran, $5 super chat saying, good start. Glad we're back, Dar. Congrats on the warehouse hardware. See you for the next one. Hell yeah. And the next one, as I mentioned, is Friday against the Giants. Game 2, off tomorrow, back in action in a couple days. But see you guys hopefully tomorrow morning. And by hopefully, I mean I hope you guys are there. I'll be there. Morning Yankee Show, 8 a.m. That's going to do it for me. Subscribe to Yankees Avenue. Subscribe to the Morning Yankee Show. Follow on socials, Yankees Avenue on Instagram, Facebook, all this and that. And yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything. Shout out Morg. Shout out Intern Tim. Shout out Luna. All the mods in the chat. The Netflix MVP jacket. That's actually kind of nice. I'm out of here. Love you guys so much. I will see you next time. Let's go Yanks.